Of course, there is no audio. Derb. All right, I got it taken care of. We're all on the good now. Thank you guys for letting me know. I muted it on here and on the computer in OBS, so I kind of fucked it up almost twice. But it is what it is. Thank you guys. Welcome to the Crazy House. I might as well go ahead and start it over again. Would it be a show that I do without a little fuck up every now and again? All right, so let's go ahead and get this going. First off, I want to say, like I said, welcome to the Crazy House. I love doing this show, and I'm so glad to see that people are actually here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's week so far? Unlike some other people who used to do podcasts, I actually give a fuck. I try to do what I can to engage with my audience, speaking of which, because it's all about positivity up in this motherfucker. Even though I cuss a lot, which usually almost gets me demonetized, but it is what it is. I see that you guys are up in the chat. I see Don Chaos is up in here. Juggalotus BD John, 621 Electronics, Mr. Happy, and on top of that, Mr. Happy ended up joining the membership tier 1, which is literally nothing, and it's the cheapest. However, I want to say this before I get my show started. I am in the process of trying to come up with some ideas about what I would like to do for the members. At least 99 cents a month is like the cheapest possibility, and it's a good way to help me out with my fucking shit. I do see that you guys like, I see that 621 likes my Dragon Ball logo text. If you take a look at my shop, I actually have a t-shirt with me in my suit and tie going Super Saiyan. And I love that shirt. I love the design. Shout out to Snaps for hooking me up with that design. It's finally starting to feel like fall. I agree. No audio, no audio, no audio. So let me tell you a little bit about my week before we go ahead and get into the show. Abundance aplenty. This is what happens when you are a positive figure. You will get abundance aplenty. And it's been the weirdest shit because ever since the fucking gathering of the Juggalos, there has been banger after banger after banger for me. And Some of my haters, come to find out, thought like got a little bit pissy because I was showing this motherfucker off. I'm gonna do it again because this bitch was worth the money, $2,285. That's been something that I have been shooting for 7 fucking years. When you shoot high, eventually you're gonna fucking get somewhere. And on top of that, that was one thing. Okay, that was one thing that made me feel good about myself. The fact that my haters are out there fucking watching my shit and going on their podcasts, I guess, talking shit, being haters. You know, the old saying goes, you need haters. If you don't have haters in your life, you are not doing something right. Now, go ahead and fucking hate on me. I'm a nerd. All right. I live in my mom's basement. I own all of this shit. So there's really nothing that you can say or do that's going to piss me off any longer. But aside from that, abundance aplenty. The next major thing, I ended up picking up this bad boy yesterday, Mega Man 5. I got it for $125, which basically means before, like when I started doing the collecting, I'm shuffling these things around. When I started getting into collecting and everything, these were the first 3 of the Mega Man series that I got. Before I got Little Samson, I went into a video game store because I saw on Instagram that a local store was selling Mega Man. Turned out they had Mega Man 1 and 6 and 7. Dropped $400 on that, and then I got this. So that basically means that I have now, after I want to say 7 years of game hunting, I now have all 6 of the Mega Man NES games, the Mega Man 7 game for the Super Nintendo, all 3 Mega Man X games for the Super Nintendo, Mega Man 8 for the PlayStation. The only Mega Man games that I do not have in the Blue Bomber series currently are Mega Man physical copies of Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10. There are physical copies out there, and that's what I'm shooting for. But that's not why you're watching my shit, just to hear me fucking brag about the fact that I got these video games, which, by the way, all of the ad revenue that I get on this show and anything else that I get for ad revenue definitely helps out with getting the money back or buying more shit. But let's get out of this. Let's go ahead and get into the next, into the main show. And I've got a couple of things that I want to share. The first thing that I actually want to talk about is if you remember Sid Jones. Do you remember Sid Jones? Even if you don't remember Sid Jones. So Sid Jones was a Juggalo that used to work with Rox TV. He was also, I believe he was the booker for the Last American Rock Stars, who are alumni of Magic Ninja Entertainment. He actually tried to hook me up with linking up with King Gordy. Because I told him I had this idea that I wanted to do for my Twitch channel or for my YouTube channel, where I would get together with people in the music industry and just play video games with them. I thought that would be a cool idea, and he tried to set up something so I could meet up with the guys from Lars. And when the time came, King Gordy didn't want anybody on the bus. I said, I'm not going to really argue with you about that. I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy the show. So aside from that, if you see this list over here, this list is actually a list of books that he has written. Most of the characters that are in this book actually are all inspired by people that he has met in real life. And it starts off, I believe, with Dead End Kids. And this is what's known as the Sid Jones chronology, I guess you could say. Like, it's an entire book series that he has come up with. And all of these books are about his character, Sid Jones, which he tended to portray for a good part in the Juggalo circles. But, like, it's one of those things. Unfortunately, it became like he became the character at some given point in time. And I told him, you know, like with doing stuff on YouTube, when you're portraying a character, sometimes you can get so engulfed into the character that you yourself become the character. And that's exactly what he did. Unfortunately. And he later admitted that he was that was the thing. Like, he had a hard time telling the difference at one point between himself and Sid Jones. Because I know Sid Jones IRL. I know the person outside of the character, you know, and I've explained it before that most of us, like back in the day, even myself included, I had a character. Crazy McKormik, it was for the most part kind of a character. It was an extension of myself that was dialed up to 11. And you still see it every now and again. Sid Jones ended up just becoming Sid Jones, and it pushed a lot of people away. And when he started to realize that, it was like, whatever, but like the cool thing. And say, I have tried to become anonymous so hard I didn't even know who I was anymore. No, but you get my point. It's like, okay, like Violent J and Joe Bruce are different fucking people. Shaggy Two Dope and Joey Utzler are two different people. Child's Play Ninja and Raya Jernigan are the same fucking person. So like it's kind of like that, where sometimes, like, even the Iron Sheik, he is the Iron Sheik. He became the Iron Sheik, portraying the fucking gimmick so fucking long that he was just out of nowhere coked the fuck up and was just like, fuck the Hulk Hogan. No good piece of shit, bone jabroni, cocksucker, motherfucker, I hate you forever. But anyways, this is a list of all of the books that he has written so far, which, by the way, I forgot to add this as a link in the description. I'll probably do that in post, with a lot of other links that are going to be putting out there in the future in post. I like to keep things a surprise for the show, you know what I'm saying? And like, you can actually go online, you can search Sid Jones on Amazon, and you can buy all of these books. But I saw this in my feed, and I read the description, and all he said in the description of this particular Instagram post was, spoils of the weakest is next. So yeah, kayfabe can go gray, but he ended up basically showing all of his work. This is all of his fucking work. And a lot of people have said a lot of good things about a lot of these fucking things that he has done. Sainted by the Damned is the most current of the Sid Jones saga. And the next one is going to be Spoils of the Weakest. Now, what's funny to me is that I remember this was originally supposed to be a fucking trilogy. It was supposed to be a trilogy where it was, I believe it was Dead End Kids, Dissent is Not Treason, and Grains of Chaos. And a lot of these books, there are some that actually fall in between. So it's like, okay, you have the Reapers 2, Malum Paradisium. Valus Mala is supposed to be thrown somewhere else in there. So I don't know the exact chronology of what it is that he's doing. Unfortunately, I would have to say that I personally say, unfortunately, like, for the most part, he's out of the game. He's no longer doing stuff for Lars. He's no longer doing stuff for Rox TV. He's no longer doing stuff in the Juggalo world in general. He's kind of just doing his own fucking thing. And as far as, but like, I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's still a good homie of mine. I probably should hit him up at some point. If you're watching this, Kyle, definitely fucking hit me up. I just used his government name on accident. Purposefully. So there's that shameless plug. I love Sid Jones. He's a good man. But the next thing, and I saw this thanks to the homegirl Jane Doe. So I saw this. This was the next thing. The Juggalo Night ABQ. This is an event that's being held on September 29th at a place called Inside Out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. All I know is that this is a Juggalo-related event. So if you are in the Albuquerque region or somewhere in the sands, go ahead and check this out. Mark this on your calendar. 7 days from now. And I believe the only person that I saw that was on the bill that I fully recognized name-wise was Dot Strife. I've known of Dot Strife for a very long time. I can't really give any information out because this, for the most part, has really been all I have seen. And it really shows in a way, you know, for me, like this whole fucking section right here, this is Juggalos making moves. This is Juggalos that are doing this shit, you know? So Sid Jones writing books, Juggalos booking shows, doing their thing, and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, mark your calendars for September 29th at Inside Out. I don't remember the exact address. I think it's 622 Central Avenue Southwest. But you can also just Google Inside Out and you can figure it out on your own. You guys are smart. I'm pretty sure you were able to get to my fucking show. I'm very sure that you know how to Google. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm just saying. Next thing on the list, and I know I'm banging these out because I you know, like the last episode that I did, I was on for like, what, 2 fucking hours? And it was mostly because I was reacting to shit. But nevertheless, I saw this and I thought this was cool. Ghost House, the homie 216Z, who's a part of Ghost House. I don't know if this is actually, I don't think it's his label. I believe it's the show that he is labeled. Show fee for the ABQ is $10. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a cheap show, so you'll be able to check that out. But the day before that, September 28th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Ghost House Entertainment Twitch channel, they are going to be doing a listening party where they are going to hear the Ghosts of the Underground Volume 2 album in its entirety right before it releases. Apparently, according to this flyer, it says multiple album giveaways during the stream. So that's another thing that you ought to do is mark your calendars for the day before that, September 28th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in a completely different time zone, do the math. But some of the people that are actually on this album, it looks like it's a pretty cool track list. Some of the people that I am noticing. First and foremost, I am seeing the first opening track is 216A. I have not checked out Off Ramp yet. I totally forgot about that. The Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Ghost House Entertainment. So a couple of the names that I'm recognizing in this motherfucker. 216A is on this bitch. He's on the first track. Zitro has a feature spot on the second track. Number 5, Supreme by Nada. I've actually seen that name around, so that might be something. Bake Low is on track 6 called If the Shoe Fits. Lilith the Sinful, that sounds a little bit familiar with the song Thread of Love. Number 8, Can You Hear Me Now from HB the Grizzly featuring Pre-Roll XL. Number 9 is Low with Michael Lawless. Michael Lawless has had a love-hate relationship within the Juggalo circles for quite some time. I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to pump out Michael Lawless because Michael Lawless has never done anything bad for me. Number 11, I'm skipping some of these because these are some names that I don't recognize. Track 11, I Know by Project Born. And that's actually pretty cool because as far as I knew, Project Born was signed to Monstar. But then again, I haven't heard anything about Monstar in a while. Number 12 is Live It Up by The Fallen Angel featuring 216A and Lodi. Number 14, Let the Beasts Out by Make My Motherfucking Day. Now this one I actually think is cool. Track 15. These, everybody in this fucking track is people that I fucking know. Wicked Wood, because I'm cool with Graves and I'm cool with Zach and Gravy. And then it's an Androponics remix, which I also know Androponics. Androponics is a cool motherfucker. And track 16, everybody should know about this dude, Big Sherm. And he's been coming out and doing some shit. Let's see. Skipping along, we're going to go to track 19, Soul's Release by Androponics. Once again, Androponics is the homie. As far as I know, Androponics is a homie. I've never really had anything bad to say about the dude. Let's see. I have let's see. Track 21, Toxic by Abe LinkedIn. I've seen that name, and you know what? I gotta say, when it concerns like a track listing like this, there are people that I know, people that I don't know, and I'm doing my best when it concerns my channel to try to help spread the underground, to try to get some names out there, to try to put some interest in shit. And by the way, nobody's asking me to do this. I'm just trying to come up with this shit on my own. Pay it forward, if you will. And then last track, numbers 22, is That Time by Scum. So, if this tickles your pickle, go ahead and check that out. Twitch.tv/Ghost Entertainment on September 28th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bizarre17 says off-ramp is cringe, but at the same time, I'm thinking that it's a possibility that that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be that. Now, here's another thing. Like, that's some Juggalo news. That's some Juggalo news, and I only have a couple of things when it concerns like some underground shit. The first and foremost, and I ripped this off of just like a lot of news that I've come across. I ripped this off of fucking Fago Lovers because fuck it, I want the attention, goddammit. But I saw this on Fago Lovers, and it was that Vended, the band Vended, who has sons of two members of Slipknot, and they performed at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year. They have a self-titled album that has been released out on the stream sites. So check it out, Vended, on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever the fuck you use. Me personally, I'm sorry, Scotty wouldn't mind. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Oh, I'm sure. Well, I mean, like, I'm cool with Scotty. So, you know, I'm cool with Scotty nevertheless. So I'm sure he don't give a fuck. But yeah, so go ahead and check that out if you're into metal. I am. So I'm definitely going to be checking this out. I'm not going to watch it, but off-ramp sounded awful from those that did watch it. But here's the thing, 621 Electronics, when it concerns off-ramp, if you know it's shit, like, this is the way I look at it. It's a low-budget movie, so if you keep your expectations low, you can't really be fucking disappointed. Like, you're not going to get high-quality value from an underground movie when it's starring a bunch of people you don't know. It's manufactured by a company you don't know, and the only person that's a big name that's actually pushing this shit is Ouija Macc. You know, so like, keep your expectations low, expect it to be shit. You know, like, treat it like a Danny Kaye song. Just know it's going to be bad, and you'll have low expectations, and it might be one of those it's so bad it's good kind of movies. I mean, I shit on the trailer last week, you know, but you know, it is what it is. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was I found out that Hexxx has a tour coming up. And so this apparently does not pop up. Heck, like the fucking picture is not working. So let's try to see if I can just say to hell with it. I'm going to just let's see if I can find this. Let's see, Juggalo News. Okay. Here's hoping, yeah, because it's a WebP picture and I can't open it up correctly. So let's see if I can do it like this. There we go. Okay, so Hexxx, he has his tour coming up, the Players and Poltergeist tour. I don't know exactly who's on it. I did see that it was Face Tap Mommy that was plugging it on Instagram. So I just went straight to the website and I took a look at this. I don't know who's all on it, but personally, after listening to Psycho by Hexxx, I'm a fucking fan. I wish that he didn't leave Chapter 17, but it's definitely something that I would have interest in. And so far, this is the tour dates and locations. So starting October 3rd in Helton City, Texas at the Helton Theater. On the 4th, he'll be in Springfield, Missouri at the OXO Bar and Grill. On the 5th, he'll be in Topeka, Kansas at the Woodshed. If any of these fucking strike your fancy, just, throw a fucking, I don't know, throw, like, what emoji should we just throw in there? A dragon, diamonds, a hammer? Like, what should we throw in there? If these are, like, shows that you could possibly make. Thrill me. On the 5th, Topeka, Kansas at the Woodshed. I already said that. On the 6th, Madison, Wisconsin at the Annex. And then he's got a day off, and he goes back out on the road to be in New Haven, Indiana on the 8th at Karl's Tavern. I've heard some things about that shit. On the 9th, he'll be in Columbus, Indiana at the Shrine. And then 1010, spiritual number. You might want to look that up. Dayton, Ohio at Club Evolution. On the 11th, he'll be at Classics Victories in Columbus, Ohio. Why do I feel like that specific one was written by Squizgar Squigelf? He's going to be its Classics Victories. Is that the actual name? I'm sorry, I have to shit on that. A little bit of old school Crazy McKormik, you know what I'm saying? Keep that phrase in your back pocket right there. On the 12th, Indianapolis, Indiana. So he goes to Indiana, to Ohio, and then goes back to Indiana. This time he goes to Indianapolis, Indiana at the Maryland Rose Center. Now this one, since I am a fan of Hexxx, this next one I could possibly go to. Lansing, Michigan at Macc's Bar. Hey, DJ Clay, this is how you advertise to Macc's Bar. It's called Ahead of Time. Boom, there you go. And then you also get other people to fucking help show that shit. All right, on the 16th, he drives all the way from Lansing, Michigan to Lubbock, Texas at the Red Zone. On the 17th, Pueblo, Colorado at Classic Q's. Hey, Don Chaos, boom. I don't know how close or how far away Pueblo is, but you've got something there, fam. On the 18th, Gallup, New Mexico at the Juggernaut, and closing it out in Farmington, New Mexico at No Worries Bar. So that's actually pretty cool. So like he has like a 2-week gent, and it's all in the good. I think I just made up a word. So he just has that 2-week boy, and that's all he's got. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. I think I might have to check that out. Check the date and see if I can hit it up at Macc's Bar. Now we also have a couple of updates when it concerns the Train of Terror tour. Insane Clown Posse finally announced who else is going to be on the show with them. So here we go. So the special guests, other than possible fucking curtain jerking openers, are going to be Ouija Macc, Wakko the Kid, Shaggy the Airhead, and Monster Wolf, whoever the fuck that is. I have no idea who the hell that is. Now, I did notice something that one of the spots is empty on this location list. So still, once again, everything else is rather the same, but I'm seeing that Devil's Night is not on there because they have something else that's big and special going on at Devil's Night. Which is, I believe that they're going to be doing a live pay-per-view for JCW, and there's going to be some other shit. We'll get into that later. But one other thing that I saw, and this I thought was a weird fucking promo picture that I saw on Fega Lovers. So Fega Lovers ended up saying that on the Train of Terror tour for Hallowicked, I'm not sure if it's Hallowicked or on the 30th, on Devil's Night, I'm not sure. But Insane Clown Posse made the announcement that they are also going to be promoting a canned food drive, which is not unusual for Insane Clown Posse to do. Actually, I think I actually think that this is pretty cool. However, whoever made this flyer is a fucking idiot. And the reason why I say this is take a look at the stuff that they cropped in and photoshopped. Okay? Campbell's tomato soup, cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup, cans of corn and green beans and peas, Hunt's sauce, Bush's black beans, not even baked beans, which I like, a fucking can of sardines, a bunch of bumblebee tuna, and a fucking can of chicken of the sea pink salmon. And in the background, I also, for some reason, okay, I do see in the background a can of Bush's baked beans. And I do see, for some fucking reason, a jar of Jif peanut butter sitting behind the Bush's black beans. What the fuck makes you think that this was a good advertisement when over the last 20 years that Insane Clown Posse has done the canned food drive at every fucking show that they've done the canned food drive for, they have specifically said no bullshit. No bullshit foods. None of that shit that you can throw into the fucking hunger barrel that you can draw a fucking ninja star on, send it to the fucking hunger barrel, come back home, and the next day that motherfucking can that you just drew a ninja star on is back in your fucking cupboard. Now that's some bullshit that you would think this shit. Juff card. Alright? Give me back your Jug card. Here's the Juff card for doing that shit. We're talking Campbell's chicken noodle soup? Nah. Hunt's sauce? Nah. No, we're talking the fucking canned pasta, alright? Now, this is the only time that I would actually fucking give out a shout out to the ravioli gang, okay? But I'm talking like beefaroni, canned fucking ravioli, spaghetti and meatballs, okay? SpaghettiOs. Think that shit, okay? No cans of Spam, no fucking cans of pink salmon, no bumblebee tuna, no bumblebee tuna, okay? Hell no. Attackable foods, okay? Think of being a poor son of a bitch and going through the fucking canned food aisle. What's the first thing that you're going to attack? It's definitely not going to be Spam. It's not going to be fucking ramen, you know? I'm going after, like, dude, I eat like a fucking child, all right? I'm down for the 4 for $5 fucking cans of SpaghettiOs that are shaped like the Super Mario Brothers, all right? I'm down with the motherfucker. Yeah, dude, that's a slap in the face, all right? To be like, oh, here, have a can of peas. Fuck you. I love peas, but keeping in mind, you need to have attackable foods. So if you go anywhere at any given time for the Train of Terror tour and you have the ability to donate to the canned food drive, don't give away this bullshit because you don't want to eat it. You go to the goddamn store, you get like 17 fucking cans of cheesy loopy lumps, okay, or whatever. Like, you get the attackable foods. Don't get this bullshit that I'm showing you on the screen. All of this stuff is a prime example of dog shit. Now, one thing that they did say on Figure Lovers, Insane Clown Posse announced that for every, not just 17, but for every 17 cans that you give off to the fucking food drive, hell no, Warlockside, you're fired. You never say that in my fucking presence, dog. Like, are we baking a cake the old school way with evaporated milk? Suck my dick. You know? Like, just straight up suck all the dicks for that shit. All right, I'm trying to fucking reset the size of the chat so that way it can be read. But anyways, yeah. It is funny the cans of stuff they photoshopped into the flyer. That's what I'm saying. All of that is bullshit food. You get the attackable boys. You know what I'm saying? You got it. If it says Chef Boyardee or fucking SpaghettiOs on the front of the shit, that's what I'm saying. All right. And for every 17 items that you give to the canned food drive for this shit, you will get a copy of the Hallowicked single. That's every 17. So if you give 17, you get one copy. You give 34, yeah, that's two copies. So on and so forth. I'm not the super mathematician. You do the math. That is what it is. And that, I think, my friends, is fresh. So, Juggalo collectibles, you're going to need at least 170 fucking cans. I'm sure that Homeboy's probably going to do that. Damn it, Justin is going to get chewed out for this shit. Any meat in a can is horrible. Exactly. And, like, I can't even fuck with the little fucking weenies in a can. Like, fuck those things, you know? Get the good shit, all right? Get the shit that you wanted to eat as a child, all right? Like, anything that is like pasta in a can, that's my go-to. Dude, fucking Warlockside, you're a dick. Now, I'm gonna try to go through this shit as fast as I possibly can because I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing this just to try to fucking be like, it's time to choose, fam. And what I mean by this, Fright Fest is having a double feature. Yes, I'm actually fucking plugging some Twizzler shit. So they have October 29th at the Shelter. They're going to be doing House of Crazies. Special guests to be announced. Okay. What is it going to be? Blaze and Scraps? Are you going to be unearthing Scraps so Blaze can do some old school shit from back in that time? And then October 30th at St. Andrews Hall with special guests Blaze, ABK, and Boondocks. So apparently no AMB. No, you know who you need at the Shelter is fucking B-Rabbit and Ox and Strike. I have no idea who's gonna be fucking doing shit with the House of Crazies at the Shelter, but it's interesting, you know. But this does create a question on Devil's Night. Who you fucking going with? Are you gonna be going to St. Andrews Hall to go see the Twizzler group? What up, Kazoo? Or are you going to go to the Masonic Temple to not only watch Insane Clown Posse and Ouija Macc, but also JCW? However, I think the reason why they're doing this science fiction double feature, if you get it, if you know, you know. You know, if you know the joke, you know the joke. But apparently they're coming out with a bunch of House of Crazies swag. And this is a bunch of pre-order shit. You can go on Fagel Lovers and check out what it is that they're fucking giving away. They're coming out with a new House of Crazies album entitled 31. Apparently, they're also going to have it on a cassette tape and an 8-track because, you know, old fucks like myself. You know what I'm saying? But I think the only reason why they signed Otis in the first place was just to fuck with Violent J. But I will have to say, a lot of this fucking drip, like this drip drop that they're going to be doing on the 29th, it looks like some pretty dope drip. Like I do like the fucking House of Crazies hoodie. The ball caps are pretty fucking dope. I got to give credit where credit is due. The design for these are actually pretty dope. And it's nice to see Hectic and Bones making a return. Haven't seen those motherfuckers since they faded out and then all of a sudden Twiztid became a thing. Now, I'm not saying I don't fuck with the fucking 8-track. Like, I'm an old fuck. I used to have Thriller on 8-track. You know what I'm saying? But I have to admit, some of the designs on this are dope as fuck. They also have fucking Letterman jackets and shit. The whole fucking shebang looks fucking dope. And so you can go on mnestore.com. You can do your pre-order if you want to fucking get your Twizzle on. And do that shit there. I did my fucking pay it forward service, which is something that a lot of people probably wouldn't do in my position. But at this point, I no longer give a fuck. Well, I don't give that much of a fuck. I still don't listen to their new shit. I might actually fucking bump this, though. Because I did like the old school House of Crazy shit. And see what's good. Oh, and I drank what? you can actually find some fucking old school, like you can still find some fucking, actually, I'll tell you this, I found a fucking boombox that plays 8 tracks, cassette tapes, CDs, has an aux port, and also has Bluetooth capabilities, and has a lithium ion battery for recharging, and it looks like an old school 80s ghetto blaster. It's like $250, but it is what it is. I did see that Carnival of Carnage 8-track. I don't remember who exactly is making them. Oh, J-Web is making them. And I did see that Juggalo Collectibles had that boy. Do you feel dirty for doing this now? A little bit, but at the same time, I can't deny the freshness that they're showing on this shit. But before I have to fucking, try to fucking take a shower and the dirt won't come off, let's go on and move on to the next topic of conversation, which is talking about the 4th episode of JCW Lunacy. It started off with Congo Kong and fucking Santana Jackson in a grudge match. And it also ended with a very interesting main event where they had Matt Cross going up against the Chocolate Juggalo for the second week in a row. And it was actually interrupted. It was actually interrupted with a run-in from the Southern Six, and it showed the Chocolate Juggalo retaining the title, not knowing that the Southern Six had done their thing. But then also one member of the Southern Six and Cowboy James Storm ended up fucking going up against the Brothers of Funstruction for the tag team titles, and the Brothers of Funstruction lost the match, therefore also losing the tag team titles. James Storm and one of those other fucking West Texas rednecks ended up who are also ironically from Tennessee, ended up getting the tag titles. Now, kayfabe, following the episodes of Lunacy, we already know that there is now a women's division. There is now a mid-carder title, a secondary title. There is somebody who is not the Chocolate Juggalo, who is the JCW World Heavyweight Champion, and the Brothers of Funstruction are not the current tag team champions. So I don't want to try to spoil too much for you guys, but this was actually a very interesting episode to watch. Now, going back into the Hallowicked news, at the same time, we also have JCW news, in which we have some interesting spots that are going to be filled in JCW during the Train of Terror tour, more specifically Devil's Night. Now, already I have mentioned that Cowboy James Storm is running around in JCW. If you haven't been following on JCW, he's in there. And also Simon Gotch, who is a former WWE wrestler. And then you have James Storm, who is a former TNA wrestler. But now, apparently, thanks to the graciousness of Violent J, the JCW commissioner and owner, he was so gracious to give Matt Riddle a job. Because apparently Matt Riddle has had some problems. Because he ended up getting released from the WWE. And on top of that, apparently he is not elite enough to become all elite. But I believe he's down in AAA doing some shit. And he is going to be in action at JCW on Devil's Night at the Majestic Theater on Woodward Ave in Detroit, Michigan, which is actually pretty cool. But so I found out about that. Okay, cool. The Ultimate Bro finally fucking got booked somewhere, and of all places, it's JCW, which we know that JCW is going to be doing some shit with GCW as well. Now, this other thing I thought was interesting. which was the fact that Nick Nemeth, if you guys don't know, that is formerly Dolph Ziggler in the WWE, but Nick Nemeth, who is the current TNA World Champion, will also be in action at JCW on Devil's Night at the Majestic Theater on Woodward Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Now, you know what's funny though is like when I saw both of these advertisements, I said to myself, it would be interesting for if Violent J decided to book Matt Riddle versus Nick Nemeth at fucking JCW on Devil's Night at the Majestic Theater in Woodward Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. So what ends up fucking happening? That's exactly what fucking happened. So I saw this shit and I giggled at myself because I was like, I called it. So Matt Riddle versus Nick Nemeth. Nice. 17 people watching. Hi. So Matt Riddle versus Nick Nemeth on Devil's Night at the Majestic Theater on Woodward Avenue in Detroit, Michigan at JCW. Gee, who'd have thunk it? Now, I'm not good at booking, but I know fucking good ideas when I see it. So, the next thing that I wanted to fucking bring up, I just blasted through all that fucking news because picture. Now, I thought that this was really a cool thing. So, Matt Riddle, Nick Nemeth, you got Simon Gotch, you got James Storm, you got all these other motherfuckers. M-Dog 20. And speaking of wrestling, I have to make this quick announcement before. Actually, you know what? I'll wait because I came across this. I thought this was very interesting. There was a YouTube channel that I came across because I was trying to look for more JCW information. And I came across this channel called PW Ponderings. And they did an interview with Violent J. Talking about JCW. And so if I can possibly get back to what the fuck I was doing. There we go. I was trying to find my list. I lost my list there for a quick second. And now I'm back on it. So I'll just fast forward to a little bit on this and just see where we go from there. Okay, so.
Hello, welcome to the Business of the Business podcast. I'm your co-host, JP Jabaz from 2-Man Power Trip. Of course, joining me is the financial wrestling genius himself, Mr. Lavi Margolin.
I already don't like that dude's voice. I'm just putting that out there. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fast forward to about a minute. And you can see Violent J's already speaking. So I'm just going to give you guys a little taste. And eventually, I'll just start dropping shit. So let's go ahead. I don't want to drop the whole thing because this thing's like a 50-minute long interview. I just want to give a little taste. Forgot Riddle got canned by WWE. Yeah, and he can't come back apparently. So I'm just going to give you guys a little taste of this. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
To record a new album, we would have to... My mind would get off of wrestling because I have to... You know, when I'm recording an album, it's pretty much a 24-hour thing, you know what I mean? It's like when I'm not in the studio, I'm writing, and it just consumes my life pretty much when I make an album, you know?
Do you hear the fucking mushmouth in his fucking voice? Is he doing this interview with his grill in, or what the fuck is going on? Like, do you hear that?
With me and Shaggy,
With me, Shaggy, show you right. It's as if Violent J is being possessed by Lil Poot with this interview, Sean.
Do an album. We only do an album about once every 2 or 3 years, you know. But it's usually about a year-long process to record it, and we haven't been able to stick with wrestling throughout our career because when we get to recording time, we abandon it, you know.
I don't know if he's got that grill in 24/7. Like, dude, fucking take the grill out. And by the way, the guy on the top left, John Paz, if you take a look at his bedroom door, he's got a fucking poster of the Four Horsemen. Maybe that's the Four Horsemen. I think it might be. And then like Arn Anderson's giant fucking head. Okay, like, I can respect that because Arn Anderson is actually one of my favorite wrestlers. I love the Enforcer. But for seriously, son, do you really still have to have that grill in your stupid fucking mouth? I did a slur with where it shouldn't have been.
But now we're setting the company up. It is set up actually in a way where I don't need to be there. I don't need to be involved. We have an office and a staff, and we have everything we need to stay full time. You know, and wrestling is my greatest joy. You know what I mean? It's been with me since I was a little kid. And even now, as a 52-year-old man, I find relief out of wrestling. You know what I mean? I get comfort out of it. It's the only thing that's been there my whole life. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
And so I don't want it to go away this time. I want to see how far we can get. I want to be a top 10 company in this country without question. I don't want any debate about it. I want JCW to be a top 10 company in this country.
Okay, Jay, you need to take the grill out of your mouth and put it in the square hole. Because I can barely understand what the fuck you're saying with that slur. Like, Violent J sounds like anybody killer. Seriously. Slow down, son. Anyways, so this little snippet that I'm giving you, and I think that this is interesting because so in this little snippet that I gave you, I'm just going to try to give you guys a little bit of a recap here, just on the snippet alone that we heard. I'm trying to fucking go through my minor autistic brain and trying to decipher what Slim Goody just said. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, Big Sweet Shell. I'm trying to figure out what he said, and I believe that what he's talking about is the fact that, okay, he doesn't have to put a whole lot of thought and effort into what is going on with Psychopathic. He's not really focused 100% on the music, because when he has to do the music, he has to be focused on that 100%. And right now, his focus is currently on getting JCW up there in rank, and he wants it to be a top 10 tier wrestling promotion. Hence the reason why he is pushing to do this JCW versus GCW feud. And he's probably going to continue to do it with other promotions as well. I mean, he's done it in the past. You know, there was a TNA versus JCW thing back in, like, what, 2007? They did it again in, like, 2012, 13, some shit like that. You know, Jarrett actually gave them a little bit of a rub, especially at the fucking gathering of the Juggalos. And GCW is probably going to be doing it again. And Jay wants this thing to be legitimate, because you got to remember, like, at the very beginning, there was a thing with Combat Zone as well. Interesting. Thank you for that information, Don Chaos, because I honestly did not know that. But I guess it does make sense, because there are some CZW wrestlers and JCW wrestlers in Backyard Wrestling too. There goes the neighborhood. Which is interesting because last night, and this is just a little bit of a minor plug for some homies of mine, because last night I ended up being on a podcast with two of my homies that do a wrestling podcast. It was their 17th podcast, and they wanted to dedicate that podcast to JCW, with it being episode 17. And they asked me, of all people, to talk about JCW and the lore. And we talked about the first 3 DVDs. We talked about Slam TV. We talked about the controversy with Corporal Robinson. We also talked about the TNA feud. And we also brought it up to speed with JCW Lunacy, the GCW versus JCW thing that's going to be happening at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and everything else that's going to possibly become this thus far. We also talked about the fact that after the 3 DVDs, there was a hiatus, and then Slam TV came out, and then there was another hiatus of trying to make JCW more legitimate. But now it seems like Violent J is actually trying to make JCW a little bit more legitimate, and my fucking camera froze for some goddamn unforeseen reason. I do know that Shaggy 2 Dope was in XPW at some given point in time. There we go. I fixed my problem. But I don't think that there was like a JCW XPW feud. But it really, but like in the, you know, but we also talked about in, you know, recent history, in the last year, Jay has been putting forth a lot of time and effort into pro wrestling, pushing the Brothers of Funstruction in various promotions, including Japan. I believe they also went to Mexico for AAA, and also did some stuff for NWA, and got hooked up with Billy Corgan. So Billy Corgan, obviously being a musician for the Smashing Pumpkins, and he's also now doing shit legitimately in NWA and trying to get NWA, you know, to continue with whatever it is that they're fucking doing in NWA. But other than that, NWA is slowly making a comeback. And I couldn't be happier for Billy Corgan, because a lot of people thought that it was just, oh, this is it. NWA as a corporation completely now defunct because of Billy fucking Corgan. But Billy Corgan knows wrestling, you know? I mean, people used to say the same thing about how retarded it was for Andy Kaufman to be doing stuff with Jerry the King Lawler, but he understood the business. Billy Corgan understands the business. Violent J also understands the business. So I do not see why JCW could not rise up the ranks and become a top 10 company. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort, but it's going to fucking happen. And now I'm completely out of Monster. So this is going to be fun. But there were a couple of videos that I wanted to come across. That's all the news that I have. So let's try to have some fun. The first thing I want to do is I actually want to do a little bit of a mini shout out, because I came across this channel. And I believe I actually saw the guy at the gathering of the Juggalos. But this I thought, and I might have seen this in the past, but I don't remember. But I thought this was interesting. So there's a guy. His name is Shovel, and he does a YouTube channel called Precious Juggalos. And what he does is he actually takes Precious Moments ceramic dolls, redesigns them and repaints them up Juggalo-esque. And here's a short that he did where he made one of Ouija Macc. Like, take a look at that shit. The legitimacy of this design. Like, that I actually think is pretty fucking cool. He took an already existing Precious Moments doll. Now, what makes this fucking cool for me personally, Ouija Macc ever fight in JCW, and JCW is better than WWE, just love it. All we need is more clowns all the time. I don't think Ouija Macc has ever done anything in JCW. I know that Boondocks did at some point in time during the Slam TV era, because he and Too Tough Tony ended up having a feud with Southern Tracy Smothers, who perfect heel gimmick for JCW, if you ask me. May he rest in peace. I don't care if he repped the Rebel flag. He did that to fuck with you guys, and it worked, because it's perfect for fucking Juggalo heel cheap heat. You know what I'm saying? But back to what we're talking about here. Like, look, as a kid, my grandmother collected Precious Moments dolls, and we were not allowed to touch them because these things are easily breakable. But this fucking guy, this is badass as fuck. Like, he takes these Precious Moments boys, He redesigns them. He paints them up. Take a look at the design here of Ouija Macc. He's even doing the fucking Wicked Clown 2.0 version, you know, and the fucking thing is holding a Faygo bottle. It's painted up to look just like his gathering stage paint. That he added dreadlocks to this thing, like this type of thing. This is another one of those examples of juggalos being creative and doing their thing. And personally, this ninja needs more subscribers. So if this type of stuff, tickles your fancy, definitely look him up. If you're watching this in post, the link is going to be in the description below. I wanted to keep this, private up until the point, because like I had a whole list of all the other things that I wanted to fucking show off, but this was definitely one of those surprise moments that I wanted to show the live crowd. And everybody that's in post, you're already going to get links in the description. Check those out. And we're going to be fucking I'm trying to fucking help give the rub to other juggalos, that I feel like deserve this type of attention. I mean, look at this. And it's not just this Ouija Macc as a Precious Moments juggalo. He does a lot of other stuff. He even, I believe that Shovel also does shit, like he does commissions as well, I think. So if you want a precious moment as a juggalo of you or something like that, or of somebody else, just hit him up, because he's on eBay all the time buying Precious Moments dolls and redesigning them. And I think that looks cool as fuck. Looks just like fucking Ouija Macc. It's actually, I think, the same height as Ouija Macc. So this is a life-size Precious Moments doll of Ouija Macc that can stand eye to eye with Ouija Macc. Because he's teeny. He's short. But I love Ouija. So I wanted to promote this dude, because I thought that was cool. Next thing on the list, I've been seeing some shit with, and when I say this, it's not bad. It's not bad. But the homie Bash has been coming up with what I personally feel to be some pretty interesting videos that are, like he's questioning things. And so like this video I saw, which was interesting to me, was, are juggalos going soft, or is cancel culture taking over? Yeah, that paint is dope.
Whoop whoop, y'all, it's your boy Bash, the dead guy, and
Speak louder.
don't fear, there's a reason why I'm doing this video.
Okay.
I more so wanted to sit down, and I wanted to do this because my channel is mainly opinion based on things, mainly towards things that I see.
Okay, so I just noticed something. I totally fucked up. I meant to move things over to this fucking thing. My bad. Like the other one that I just showed was the fucking standard 4:3 version, and here we are back on widescreen definition. So, okay. Anyways, speak louder.
Brought to my attention conversations that a lot of you have online, but a lot of you are kind of concerned about, hey, should I bring this to the table? So I kind of look at my channel.
Okay.
Like it's the best case scenario, mainly because I'm opinionated about a lot of things, and I find it interesting, a lot of the conversations that a lot of us have.
Now, one thing that I do have to say, like, in a sense, it does feel like that a lot of the stuff that he is starting to question is usually just shit that's coming from ninjas on Reddit. Because here on YouTube, we're not really seeing a whole lot of juggalos that are being inquisitive about certain things. And yes, some of the things that he does question has gotten people pissed at him. But then again, Bash doesn't give a shit. I guess bad press is better than no press, right?
And I like to see necessarily, I like
Right.
So I let my opinion ride. And
Okay.
I'm very vocal about everything.
Look, we're already a minute in. And so far it's just been nothing but fucking foreshadowing. And he's thinking real hard right now in this still shot about what it is that he's trying to. What are you trying to fucking come across?
But one of the reasons why I wanted to do this was because it was brought to my attention that a lot of people don't understand why I'm being so vocal, why I'm giving my opinion on things, why I'm bringing things to the table.
More foreshadowing.
YouTubers won't do, and that's the thing.
Wait, say that again? Hold on a sec, I gotta rewind that.
Being so vocal and why I'm giving my opinion on things, why I'm bringing things to the table that other YouTubers won't do. And that's the thing, is because a lot of other YouTubers are either kissing ass or they're sucking the dick of somebody to further themselves.
Which is true. I mean, there's a lot of people who do that type of stuff. Now, I know for a fact that he is not talking about me in this sense whatsoever, but I am going to say this, okay? As an OG Juggalo in the YouTube Juggalo community, right? Like, this is shit that I fucking said and did years ago. You know, like a vast majority of the shit that I have already thought about and questioned and shit like that, this is stuff that I did 10 years ago. So for me personally, and I'm not saying this to bash on Bash, but I've already done it. Like, there's very little for me to fucking question. If anything, like, I've got more answers than I've got questions. And I'm going to tell you this, like, a lot of the foreshadowing, like 2 minutes of straight foreshadowing.
I'm not here to make friends. I have friends here in the community. I have friends that are other YouTubers.
And I'm going to say this, and this is a quote from Scott Hall, rest in peace. I don't know why we have to say that every time we mention somebody that died. But anyways, in this business, you can make friends or you can make money. And I think I speak for this motherfucker when I say, well, I've already got friends, so let's make some fucking money. As gross as it is, I'm trying to make some fucking money. So I can buy another fucking video game. I'm thinking the next one I want to get is Double Dragon and Battletoads, the Ultimate Team for the regular Nintendo. Since Bartle fucking mentioned Battletoads, that should be the next game I buy. With your help.
I also have enemies. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
I have enemies.
Humble.
It doesn't bother me that, you know, there are people that I think are pieces of shit that are in this community that are just using it.
Aforementioned.
For their music careers, which seems to be the case a lot lately. And
okay, anyways.
now people are afraid to vocalize their fucking opinion and they gotta fall in line.
Okay, look, dude, it's very simple. What the fuck is up, y'all? This is Crazy McKormik up in this motherfucking bitch, and blah, 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 really fucking short. And I've got to ask the question, are Juggalos just going soft, or are they fucking being taken over by cancel culture? This is what I think. This is blah, blah, blah. Like, that's it. You know, or if you edit the shit. Yeah, I know. That's why I said speak up. He needs to speak up. And I don't want to increase my desktop audio, and I can't increase this any farther than I already have. Maybe this might fix it. I don't know. But, like, usually in a situation like this, it would be like, okay, well, these people said this. This is my, you know, these person said that. This is my fucking opinion on the situation, you know, and we call it a fucking day. It didn't necessarily need to be 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking minutes of foreshadowing to explain why you're doing this. Just fucking do it. No, like, nobody ought to care. Nobody ought to care why it is that you're doing what you're doing. If they're watching the shit, they practically fucking understand. Just a little bit of a fucking rant for you guys. Like don't get me wrong, I love this dude. He like I'm a mentor to him. This is me mentoring him. You know what I'm saying? Salute. But you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with the fucking entirety of the video. I'm just gonna fucking say this. I'm gonna answer the question. At least in the best of my ability. So the question is, are Juggalos going soft, or is cancel culture taking over? The answer to that is yes. Okay, to both. The answer to that is yes, in a way. There are some old school Juggalos that still loom around like myself, and as we go older, and I think somebody already said this in the comments, as we get older, we chill, we start to chill out a little bit more. We're not as antsy as we used to be. We're not as fucking fired up as we used to be, because with age comes wisdom, with experience, so on and so forth. So a lot of us old school Juggalos, like the most that we get a fucking rise is watching some of the newer Juggalos that are out there, and we end up having this get off my lawn kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? So the newer Juggalos, some of them kind of like, it's weird because like some of the Juggalos that I see, like, you know, they have like a different mentality. Some of them really don't know what the culture is about. Some of them have been a part of cancel culture. Some of them, like we discussed a couple of weeks ago with what Uncle Jeff said about the allure of the gathering of the Juggalos, and people just see it now more as a fucking, oh, it's another one of those like one of those campsite fucking festivals, and they don't really understand the Juggalo lure or the lore at that. And all they really see is a bunch of people fucking doing mushrooms, Molly, cocaine, meth, nitrous, heroin. You know, like for some reason to them, it's just a fucking party vibe. You know, so they come in expecting the party vibe, and it's not really all just that. And they don't understand that. But they're still, you know, the same people that kind of attest to the cancel culture and shit like that. And maybe some of us Juggalos that have been down for like 15, 20, 30 fucking years, you know, like we had that. And then we had the fucking get off my lawn shit, you know, family, you know, bashing on family kids and shit, you know, like when we would get into beefs with other fucking Juggalos, and then you'd have some third party fucking Juggalo that was like, we shouldn't be fighting, we're supposed to be Juggalo family, and then that motherfucker gets fucking punched in the head for being a pussy. So, you know, but like this newer crop of Juggalos, it does kind of attune in and of itself a little bit with the cancel culture. And some of us do end up fucking sort of kind of going soft because of it, which whatever, you know, like with me, it's just like, look, I'm 41 and I live in my mom's basement. I might as well just throw that out there. Why? Because I can. And I see some people in the chat that that I recognize that are the ops. But anyways, so I fucking take a look at the situation a little bit more laid back and chill, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be the get off my lawn guy. I want to be the, okay, you fuck around and find out, you just enjoy yourself and see what fucking happens. You know what I'm saying? So many Juggalos these days, it's broken off into groups, more so than the old days of just be a general Juggalo. And in a sense, that kind of makes sense because, you know, like at the gathering of the Juggalos, you have your cliques, you have your campsites, you know, whether it be like camp or whatever the fuck, you know, or, you know, just, you know, the Shruggalos or whatever the fuck, you know, Camp Whoop, whatever. You know, there's a lot of different campsites. There's a lot of different, but the thing though is like there are some Juggalos that come into this, and even though we have our differences, some people seem to think that it's a good idea to try to utilize that cancel culture to try to fucking make us look bad. You know, more specifically, individually. You know what I'm saying? A prime example of this is also like some people that try to basically, like, look, I'll put it like this, and I'm just going to use this sense as a old school YouTube juggalo with the YJC and everything of that nature. When I first started in 2007, 2008, 2009, somewhere in that vein, I was with a bunch of juggalos that basically kind of bounced ideas off of each other. So we would have an idea, or we would spawn an idea by watching somebody else's fucking content, and that would therein actually create more content. And it was like us all together climbing the fucking ladder to try to get somewhere. Now, of course, we all know who ended up getting to the top of the fucking ladder before he went to fucking jail and somebody nuked his fucking channel. But the thing, though, is that we actually know that it took a lot of hard work and dedication and love and entertainment in order to have that actually fucking happen, right? But it was a lot of climbing. Now, this I find interesting because we all listen to the same fat rapping clowns that took the fucking hard road to get where they are right now. It took 30 years for Insane Clown Posse to actually get their fucking flowers from MTV. You know what I'm saying? 30 fucking years. They never changed their fucking outlook. They never changed their style. They never sold out in order to try to get that mainstream flavor. And it worked. I think them being at the fucking VMAs showed that you can still get up there by taking your own fucking route. It just takes a lot longer because you're not sucking the dick of any major corporation or label. It's the same reason why there are certain people that I root for politically. But that's beside the point. The point is that when we were back in the day, climbing the ladder, but now it seems to me like there are very few juggalos that are actually trying to climb the ladder. Or in my consideration, I would say there's not enough juggalos like myself who have been in this game for so long giving the rub to a whole lot of other juggalos, you know? We're still a bunch of OGs that are still, in a way, trying to clutch onto our spot if we're still around. Which, as I've said before, I think me and the boy Blue are the last two remaining original Juggalo YouTubers. And now I see a lot of people in the YouTube Juggalo community that instead of wanting to climb the fucking ladder, they would rather see somebody who might possibly be above them and cut the ladder out from underneath them. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that Bartle understands the difference between metaphor and reality, as you can clearly see in the fucking chat. But that's the thing that I'm getting at. Metaphorically speaking, climb the ladder to get to where you want to go. On the other hand, there are a lot of ninjas that see who's up at the top of the ladder, and they don't have the panache. They don't have the riz. They don't have the talent, and they don't. But all they have is time. So instead of trying to improve and upgrade and do better with their craft and come up with ideas and shit like that, it's just a lot easier for them to try to cut a rung underneath the people that are just above them and knock them out and continue doing that over and over and over again until somehow, without improving, without doing better, by talking shit and stabbing people in the fucking back, they somehow got up to that top spot without improving their fucking craft, without putting any effort into what it is that they're doing. There are ninjas that are out there that actually put more effort in stabbing people in the back and fucking other juggalos over than they are actually putting effort into what they're doing on YouTube. And I've been saying this for fucking years. 5 years to be exact, when I finally fucking woke up and saw it for what it is. It is like the Juggalo Game of Thrones, dude. Like Don Chaos pinpointed it correctly. It went from us trying to help each other, we're all in this together, to fucking wiener, 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 to fucking doing that shit. That's why on this channel, on my podcast, I'm, other than showing off the Juggalo news that I rip off from fucking Fago lovers half the time, I'm also trying to showcase ninjas like Shovel at Precious Juggalos and the people that I do music video reactions to, shouting out people who need help like Don Chaos, which, by the way, if you haven't already, go subscribe to Don Chaos because he got fucked over by somebody and he needs the sub count back. And Don Chaos, like, once again, I'm gonna say it, Don Chaos is a Replicon award-winning Juggalo. Okay? He deserves that fucking 1,000 subs. He can get the view time. He deserves that 1,000 subs. He deserves that monetization. Deck One Dealt deserves that monetization. Bartle House Radio with Beef and Keith deserves that monetization and those numbers. Some of these people that I've been dealing with for the last 5 or so fucking years don't deserve that shit. And that's why they hate it when I fucking brag about having this bad boy. You know why? Because I deserved this shit. I earned this shit. I earned all of my subscribers. I earned all of my views. I earned all of my monetization. I worked my ass off half the time to get where I am right now. And then I fucking disappear for 6 to 8 months and I come back refreshed and everybody's like, oh my God, he's not dead. Which I've been having that happen since 2008. But still, nevertheless, it's like, I don't think it's I don't really think it's cancel culture that's taking over. I think it's just a bunch of unenlightened half-wit bitches that have zero to no talent and want to call motherfuckers out for doing something while turning around and doing the exact same shit. You know? I think that there's a lot of juggalos that are untalented, boring as hell, highly hypocritical, and two-faced stab you in the back bastards over little to nothing and put more effort into that than to actually fucking improve on their craft. That's how it is. Are the juggalos going soft? I really don't think so. I just think that a lot of juggalos that are coming into the shit are a little bit misinformed and don't really know what being a juggalo is all about. But, you know, we've had that since the fucking beginning. We have always had juggalos that are either too soft or too fucking hardcore or a good blend between the two. And some people either say it like it is because they feel like it has to be said, or somebody just doesn't say shit, not because they're too afraid of what's to be said, but because they've already said it before 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, not for nothing, Bash, I love what you're doing. I like the fact that you're actually out there asking the important and unimportant questions, speculating on things, because that's what I used to do. You know, that's what Child's Play Ninja used to do. That's what Carnival Spirits used to do. Beastmaster would ask things and fucking be devil's advocate with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there have been phone calls from Blog Talk Radio from back in the day that me and Beastmaster recorded. He would ask me questions playing devil's advocate, which at the time I did not really even understand what the phrase devil's advocate was, but nevertheless. But a lot of these people, especially the ones that I put in my description, their ats, I feel like they deserve that shit. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention the boys that I fucking did the shit with. Man, I think it's the Ring Rundown podcast, which I will actually put that. Yeah, the Ring Rundown podcast, all one word. It's going to be in a Juggalo Spotlight in the description after the show. So if you watch it in post, you'll see it. But now that I'm done fucking getting off, you know, standing on my fucking soapbox, some are ready to cancel people over speculations back in the days. That was mostly speculations we heard and didn't give a shit. Like, dude, there's one guy who actually ended up hearing something about something that I did 13 years ago and tried to throw it in my face as if I'm the same fucking person that I was. You know, as time rolls over, which, you know, as time progresses, you grow and you learn from your mistakes. I am definitely one of those people who is starting to really understand the concept of accountability, and I improve myself with that type of shit. Some juggalos don't, but I'm not all those juggalos. You know what I'm saying? Now, who wants to step into the Wayback Machine with me, since I talked about the fact that this is what Bash is doing right now, which, by the way, Bash, keep doing what you're doing. Keep coming out with questions, because it's thought-provoking. It actually creates the idea of other juggalos that could RE you and make a reply video to you, which is a long lost fucking art in juggalo vlogging, by the way. This is what I think y'all ought to fucking try to do. If you are a content creator on here, I would suggest watching the dead guy Uncensored. Watch his videos. Push yourself through the fucking issues of foreshadowing. Make a response video. All you have to do is just RE : whatever his fucking title is, and make a response video to him, upload it to fucking YouTube. Make sure you put him in the tags, in the description, in the name, what have you, because I would love to see response videos make a fucking return. In this case, this is my response video. Now, since we're going back into the Wayback Machine, I'm going to fucking show you a fucking video from a guy that I actually used to beef with back in the day by the name of Wrestling Jesus, which, interestingly enough, the guy really didn't fucking do a whole lot of wrestling content. Half the time that I saw him, he was just doing juggalo shit. You know what I'm saying?
You got my money, motherfucker!
Yeah, bitch, you got his motherfucking money. Don't make me bust that bitch ass. Yeah, bitch, don't make me bust that bitch ass.
You got my money, motherfucker.
Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, bitch, you got his motherfucking money. Don't make me bust that bitch ass. Yeah, bitch, don't make me bust that bitch ass.
Oh, damn.
You got 24 motherfucking hours. You got my money,
It's happening. How do I fucking stop this from happening?
Don't make me bust that bitch ass. Yeah, bitch, don't make me bust that bitch ass.
Son of a bitch.
You got 24 motherfucking hours. You got my money.
How? Okay, I don't know why that happens. It's probably that. But, yep. So I don't know why that happens, but we got it fixed. Yeah, it looped, but now I got that fixed. Thank God. I don't know what causes that to fucking happen, but it happens. Nevertheless, Diesel in New Jersey with that 333. That's dope, dude. Thank you for the fucking spiritual number. Much love from Dak. Whoop whoop. Much love to you, man. Thank you for the fucking fetty. Let's see. Why haven't you mentioned Juggalo Vlogs? Because whatever. Sorry if you're a fan of his, but it is what it is. But anyways, thank you. I know who you are. So with that being said, get fucked. And you're forever gone. Because I know who you fucking roll with. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We're going to watch this from the Wayback Machine, Wrestling Jesus, who ironically did very little wrestling shit at the time that he was coming after Juggalos. And eventually he did, but this dude was a fucking internet troll. Probably one of the most interesting fucking internet trolls that I had come across during my time. And this video that he did is called 100 Reasons Why Juggalos Suck. It's very thought-provoking, by the way.
Juggalos! Huh? It's been a long, long time. I done missed you. So I made you a little video.
100 reasons why you suck.
There we go.
Let's go through this shit quick. Number 1, recognized as a gang by the FBI. It is legit.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but like, Jesus Christ, that's why we suck. I mean, when it first came out, you remember this guy. Yeah, good old wrestling Jesus. But yeah, like, okay, so back when it actually started, we thought it was fucking cool until the cops actually started fucking with us. But still.
Number 2, they wear face paint, which is retarded. They're fake thugs.
By the way, this guy has a weird speech impediment where he has a thing where some words he can't use the letter H, but they're like, not today, Diddy. Nice try, Diddy. You know what? Nice try, Diddy in the chat. Like, just spam nice try, Diddy in the chat. But anyways, yeah, so we wear face paint. That's retarded. You're not a juggalo, so it's like whatever to you. You know, that's not that big of a deal. Nice try, Diddy.
They listen to ICP, and ICP sucks.
Subjective.
They gang attack people.
Well, yeah, we're in a gang, remember? So of course we're gonna gang attack people because we're in a fucking gang, you idiot.
They're known for selling drugs.
Drug bridge! Yo, for drugs, we need needles and cigarette emojis in the fucking chat. We sell drugs, fam. Actually, the reality is that a vast majority of the drug bridge stuff from Cave in Rock, Illinois, which, keeping in mind, this video came out in 2012. Okay, this originally came out in 2012. The drug bridge thing was mostly drug dealers that were around or not too far away from Cave in Rock, Illinois, that weren't even juggalos, but they knew that we like drugs. If you listen to Necro, then you know I like drugs. You know, that's the song title, and somebody's gonna fucking clip that. But like the people who sold drugs on Drug Bridge were in fact not juggalos about 80% of the time.
According to the FBI.
Well, yeah, but you know who else sells drugs? Everyone. Especially nowadays, because like, who isn't fucking growing and selling weed to another person that also grows and sells weed? Mathematically, more juggalos buy drugs than sell them. Yeah. And you know, we all also used to be complete and utter fucking brokelos, and now we have fucking money. But let's be real here, this is my drug of choice. $2,000, I'm gonna smoke this. Smoking on some nice sour tangerine these days. Tangy. Fuck yeah. Relic the Clown in Clown Motel 3. That's what this looks like. This dude looks like he looks like he's in the same room as the cook in Spun.
They murdered people.
We're in a gang, remember? So why would that suck for us?
They praise murderers.
Yes, we do. Like, I can't tell you how many bitches in the Juggalo community that I have had discussions with where we are talking about our favorite fucking serial killer, or movie-based serial killer, or serial killer-based movie. And then, of course, you know, now it's gone to a point where even if you're not a fucking Juggalette, if you're a white woman, you're watching fucking crime shows to be like, I would have done it this way. And you don't even have to fucking be a clown paint wearing fucking gang member murdering Juggalo.
They think they're cool.
Oh no, I know I'm cool, and I'm a fucking nerd. But take a look at your bitch ass. I'm pretty sure that this was like summertime, and you're wearing a fucking skull cap? Like, why? What? Dude, like, what the fuck? No, actually, I'm not even sure if this was his real voice or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, Relic, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's all your sister fucking watches, I still think this dude was a failed frontman for a metal band. Yeah, like, fuck your Yankee Blue Jeans or some shit. And why does it always look like this dude fucking... This dude constantly looks like he smells somebody took a shit in his house.
Because they drink Faygo, which is lame.
Dude, okay, look, this dude is either British or Canadian. I have yet to figure that out. So, I have a pretty good authority that this guy has never tried Faygo before, nor did he, at the time that he recorded this, understood the lore behind ICP and Faygo. Being a Michigan man, I understand thoroughly because I grew up on it just like the clowns did. Frosh was my shit, by the way.
Very fucking lame. Number 10, they're fat.
Says the pudgy fucking Brit guy with a weird speech impediment.
They call themselves ninjas, but none of them know martial arts.
I mean, I learned martial arts when I was 10, but the ninja thing is actually because Violent J fucking likes ninja movies. And I know a guy who actually calls himself Afro Ninja. It's my boy Church. And you'll see him for like a split second and then he's gone. Like that's on some ninja shit. You know what I'm saying?
They're a bunch of alcoholics.
Oh, damn. I don't drink, nor do I do drugs. But, you know, I'm in that, it's that gang mentality, I guess. The straight edge Juggalo gang.
They attack Tila Tequila.
Wait, what? That's why we suck? Because we attacked Tila Tequila?
Which makes them women beaters.
Okay, look. It wasn't us that hit Tila Tequila. It was the rock that hit her. That the Juggalo threw, you know? And possibly the fucking the bag of Jenkum as well. But look, the funny thing is, like, this dude obviously, like, he only heard about the Tila Tequila incident, but what he doesn't know is what led up to Tila Tequila getting fucking pelted with shit. Like, Shaggy likes Star Wars. It was Jay that liked the ninja movies, and it was Rob that got into, like, deck building games, board games, and trading card games and shit like that.
Retards. They attacked Method Man.
Okay, so the Method Man thing, I believe that Method Man fucking said something that kind of disrespected the Juggalos. But he did turn it around because he was like, nah, we ain't gonna stop the show because my heart don't bleed Kool-Aid like that. And that gained some respect points.
Which means that they don't know anything about real rap.
That is also a mistake. We have seen a variety of different fucking rappers that have come through the Gathering of the Juggalos, as well as other tours, whether it be KRS-One or Onyx or shit like that. The thing, though, is, like, people are going to get pelted if they don't fucking respect the Juggalo community. When Master P fucking comes out, he needs to address the Juggalos, not Illinois. And that's exactly what caused Master P and the No Limit Soldiers to also get pelted with shit. And I'm sure that it was the same thing. Like, Rakim didn't understand why we were throwing fucking pop and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And he asked it to stop. And at first, it was almost a disrespect thing to the Juggalos. But you know what I'm saying? But he was respectful, and we respected it back. He asked politely to have us stop throwing shit because it was, I guess, it was fucking distracting him or something like that. And it was something, he's an old head, so he probably didn't understand. And respectfully, we stopped. I think the only other person that demanded respect at the Gathering of the Juggalos and got it immediately was Ice-T. Why? Because no Juggalo wanted to get shot. Actually, Ice-T is dope.
Number 18. they attacked Ric Flair. Woo! The Nature Boy.
I mean, that attack from one person does not necessarily make the entire Juggalo community suck. It just makes that one guy suck. Because, look, I like Ric Flair. I respect Ric Flair. Never in a million years would I actually do something like that. If anything, I would like to get Ric Flair's signature in a handshake and maybe a cross body chop, which would be a lot better than the fucking signature.
Number 19, they think that ICP can wrestle.
They can. We've seen it.
They have the worst wrestling fed ever.
No, they don't. I've seen worse. I mean, I've seen shit matches in JCW, but this obviously is like one of those things where the guy was trying to fucking get under Juggalo's skin and have them reply in the comments, "I'm gonna kill you with my hatchet," because that's how it was back in the day. I've seen some cringe fucking response videos from other Juggalos and shit, and I was actually planning to fucking watch them on here, but we can save that for next week.
They enjoyed the song Miracles, which is the dumbest song ever recorded.
No, that I feel like is Juggalo Island. Miracles is awesome. You are only saying the miracle shit because of the fucking magnets line. And fucking rainbows. Fucking magnets. Fucking rainbows. It's just there in the air. You know, the pure motherfucking magic of fragrance. Glade air fresheners.
They do petty crimes.
Doesn't that fucking go back into the gang thing? So now you're just fishing for reasons. And you're like, bruh. I hate Juggalo Island. Like, that song just irks me. And now watch the music video and it's got Ron Jeremy in it, so you do the fucking math.
According to the FBI, like stealing, vandalism, etc.
Oh yeah, because you know, if you steal or vandalize property or commit minor fucking criminal acts, then you're automatically a Juggalo. Get the fuck out of here.
They're a cult.
Duly noted.
They're ugly.
Says this guy. He might be a Juggalo.
They force their kids to become Juggalos.
Alright, I will correct that one. I have listened to Insane Clown Posse around my kids in the past. However, under no circumstances was I trying to fucking make them Juggalos or raise them Juggalos. There are some Juggalos that actually do that. Like my boy Shade Hecka, he was raised as a Juggalo. There are some Juggalos out there who are second generation Juggalos, grew up as Juggalo kids. However, my kids, I did not raise them to be Juggalos. I wanted them to find their own identity. And interestingly enough, my daughter, who is a giant fucking weeaboo, also discovered Insane Clown Posse on her own. My youngest, thanks to YouTube, discovered Ouija Macc on his own. And I think that that's actually more respectable that they are able to discover this shit on their own and formulate their own opinion as to whether or not they're going to actually like it or enjoy it or not. And that's what I was aiming for. That's just me personally.
They listen to Twiztid, and Twiztid sucks.
Okay, so I no longer listen to Twiztid, but Twiztid does not suck. I will say that. Twiztid is talented in what they do. I just don't support them anymore. I keep forgetting that this was in 2012.
Number 27, they play in garbage at the gathering. Really, playing in garbage. How pathetic do you have to be exactly to be in this fucking group?
Oh my god. He's mixing signals here. Like, we throw fucking Fago at each other and glow sticks and all sorts of interesting shit when ICP performs. However, pre-ICP seminar, there is the garbage war, which, oh my god, this year's was incredibly fucking bad. The smell was horrible. Nobody wanted to sit down at the gathering. It smelled like fucking spoiled fish that's been rotting out in the sun, and one guy had a fucking octopus and threw it at Violent J. And this is something that this guy will never fucking understand. Like, it's chaotic at the gathering, but it's also chaotic good, I guess I could say.
28, they're sheep.
Isn't that the same thing as being in a fucking cult? Yeah, Brady's Pit Cam, we did talk about Hallowicked already.
Tools. A lot of big do you have to be exactly
okay,
to
hold
be
on.
in this fucking group. 28, they're sheep. Tools.
Okay, we're tools? What makes us fucking tools?
A lot of them have STDs, motherfuckers.
Okay, I mean, way for us to keep it in the family, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm clean. Not all of us have STDs, although I know that there are some of them that do.
They hate Eminem out of jealousy.
Okay, we hated Eminem back in the day because Eminem fucking did some dumb shit back in the day. Like, before he got signed to Aftermath and started Shady Records and all that other shit. It wasn't out of jealousy, it was out of the fact that fucking Eminem was, like, talking shit about the clowns, and we were like, okay, fuck this guy. But after a few years, like, we all just kind of grew up and realized that it was all just some dumb high school-esque bullshit, and none of us even care. Fast forward to today, most of us are cool with listening to Eminem. Eminem gets us flowers from the Juggalos, and had that a long time ago, thanks to fucking Proof. May he also rest in peace.
Some of them beg for money on the internet.
That was the boy Blue. That was a fucking flat out call out to the boy Blue. Now, boy Blue is the only one. Actually, he's one of two people that I know of that still, that actually e-beg. Me personally, I'm just like, look, I have merch. I'm not asking you guys constantly to fucking super chat me or throw stuff into my fucking PayPal or my Cash App. I do monetize my content, and if I make money off of this shit, well, then I make money off of this shit. It's not a problem for me. If I don't, I don't. I enjoy doing what I'm doing nevertheless.
33, they chant family, family, like a bunch of cult, robot, weirdo motherfuckers.
Okay, look, we do that as a term of endearment. And that also goes back into the fucking cult sheep thing that you tried to fucking project at that point, you dumb son of a bitch. Like I said, at some given point in time, this dude is just literally fishing for fucking 100 reasons. And most of them are just repetitious.
34, they always say whoop whoop.
Actually, yeah, we do. There's been motherfuckers in the chat who have whooped whooped. But you know what else we say now? We also say clowny daggers. Clowny daggers, y'all. Clowny daggers.
Which makes them look like retards.
I mean, whoop whoop has been a thing for quite some fucking time. And I think it was like, it started off in like 96. So 6 years down the road, by the time that this guy recorded this shit, and whoop whoop is the thing that gives him the ick. Really, bruh?
Okay. 35. They hate mainstream society.
Well, I mean, what we don't like is we don't like sellout fucking bitches that suck dick in order to fucking move forward into whatever it is that they're doing. You know, the concept of selling out, the concept of doing something that goes against your moral fiber in order to try to gain more money and attention, popularity, shit like that is something that a lot of people in mainstream society tend to do. The backstabbing shit, the sellout shit. And for a vast majority of juggalos, I believe that that's really something that we should not celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
They're posers.
Okay, that goes back into the whole sheep tool cult. They suck because they suck, is basically what that says. That's what that guy's saying. They suck because they suck.
They try to talk exactly like ICP. 38, they got low self-esteem.
Actually, I find myself to be quite highly I have a lot of fucking self-esteem. Besides, what's wrong with being confident in myself? Look, the way that I see it, it's like, okay, serial killers and shit like that, they think very highly of themselves. I don't know if you realize that. There's a lot of people who basically gaslight themselves into fucking believing that there's something that they're not, and that actually boosts their fucking ego. Now look, I've always been, for the most part, I would say that I'm pretty good with the self-love. What up, Frankie? Seeing you in the chat. Sheeples. But what was that other thing that this idiot fucking said?
They're posers.
Okay.
They try to talk exactly like ICP.
Actually, I try to have a little bit of a more fucking extensive vocabulary than Insane Clown Posse. Even though I say fucking shit a lot. But, I do feel like that there is like a certain point where you're going to somehow, in some way, have a more expansive vernacular than Insane Clown Posse. Yeah, there's a difference between self-confidence and arrogance. And so, like, I think that that's what he's expecting us to have, is like some sort of a fucking arrogance. But then again, he himself is pretty arrogant and ignorant in what it is that he's fucking saying. This is a very ignorant list.
38, they got low self-esteem.
Just the ones that fucking hate themselves and slit their wrists, which was a very prominent thing in 2012, like a lot of emo juggalos and shit like that. But, we all grow out of that and we actually discover self-love.
They joined the Juggalos to try to act tough.
I mean, yeah, that one I'll actually give. There are some people that come into the Juggalo community not knowing fully exactly what it is, and they have this idea in their head of what it is that the Juggalo community can do for them, And it's basically like one of those things where it's just like, they're all going to give me this, and I don't have to give anything in return kind of shit. And I believe that that is somewhat fucking right in what he's saying. Because there are a lot of newbie juggalos that come in and hear about juggalo shit and have an idea of what it is that the juggalo community is all about, and then it turns out that they're wrong, and then they get butthurt and cry. And then they try to fucking cancel whoever it is that isn't trying to fucking adhere to whatever bullshit that they want it to be.
To bash other people, to try to feel good about themselves.
Actually, I find tough love to be a very good fucking thing, personally. That's usually what it is with me. I don't try to fucking bully people. I don't try to be fucking mean or anything like that. Hell, we got the homie Juggalo Memes up in here. You know what I'm saying? And he likes to fucking make memes of other juggalos and shit, all in good fun. It's not necessarily trying to punch down on other fucking juggalos, unless it has something to do with somebody on M&E and their so-called legacy. Or maybe that's Meme King. Maybe I'm mixing up the two.
Which is pathetic.
You're pathetic.
39, they believe that they're a family.
Well, that's why we chant family, you fucking moron.
Like a real family, huh?
Yeah, incest like a motherfucker. I partook at the gathering this year. What of it?
Cult! Fucking cult!
Okay, so this ties in with the cult thing, this ties in with the sheep thing, this ties in with the whoop whoop and the family thing. So this is all Dude, you literally could have reduced this list to at least 50 fucking reasons why Juggalos suck. Not 100. Fishing for ideas, and oh look, I found one. Fuck you.
Violent J, their big hero. He claims that he had a vision from God. Pathetic.
No, he had a dream of a fucking carnival clown, and that's what started all of this. Get your facts straight, you dumb son of a fuck.
Some juggalos claim to be priests, even. Very pathetic.
Now, that was also the boy Blue when he was trying to start Juggaloism as a religion, which, by the way, I think, and I told him this in another fucking hangout chat. I think that what he needs to do is he needs to start a new fucking religion and call it Mortonism. You know, kind of like how the New Testament has Mormonism. I have a hard copy of Morton's List 2nd edition. Let's have Mortonism. I gave him that idea. I hope that he actually fucking flies it out. That would be a great idea. Yeah, Frankie, this guy has a weird fucking speech impediment where he says certain things wrong. I don't know if it's like a forced act, but like every video that I've seen this douche nozzle fucking make, he seems to have the same ting that he fucking fucks up when he talks. Is this guy still around? I don't think so. He might have actually finally retired.
42. Some of them are into Juggaloism, which is like a Juggalo religion.
As I just talked about, but that also ties into the previous fucking thing. Now another thing too, like the Juggalo priest thing, I think he was attacking Big Irish Juggalo with that one, who actually, I called him Big Reverend all the time, because of the fact that he is actually an ordained minister, or was, I should say. Rest in peace, Big Irish. But, you know, like Big Irish Juggalo, at the, you know, while he was still alive, was actually an ordained minister. So, like, yeah, Juggalo priest. And then the Juggaloism thing was thanks to the boy Blue. So, like, this is a very fucking unpolished fucking list.
They believe in Shangri-La, which is a term that they stole of some sort there. And this represents Juggalo heaven. Oh, how it is nice. Juggalo heaven.
Oh shit, you're an ordained minister as well? Awesome. See, yeah, there's a lot of Juggalos that are actually ordained ministers. It's not that hard to fucking do. You know, 2055 religion will be weird. No shit. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking rest in peace, Big Irish. I loved that dude. I hate that I never got to meet him in real life. Nevertheless, what was he fucking talking about? I don't know. It's all blending in together. I don't know what else to write, so I'm just going to repeat the same shit.
Soul of some sort there.
Oh yeah, he was talking about the fucking Shangri-La. Like, he was talking about fucking Shangri-La. Like, do you not realize that, like, organized religion also has its own fucking, like, symbolism and representation? Like, it's not just the Juggaloism thing. Like, Shangri-La was supposed to be a representation of the good, you know, of the good when you do good things. You know what I'm saying?
And this represents Juggalo heaven. Oh, how it is nice. Juggalo heaven.
I mean, which is interesting too, because, you know, like, you had the whole Juggalo heaven thing, and I know of a lot of Juggalos that are also atheist. You know, so it's kind of interesting.
44, they believe in Hell's Pit. Not hell, but Hell's Pit.
Okay, what's in a name? Shangri-La, Hell's Pit? Not to mention, you can't have one without the other. It's like fucking peanut butter and fucking jelly, alright? You can't have one without the other. You can't have, well, if you're pregnant, pickles and ice cream. You can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? It's like Shangri-La, Hell's Pit, and what's wrong with it just Why can't we call it Hell's Pit? Why does it have to be just hell? Why are you trying to dumb down our fucking verbal effluvia when you are just talking about how you hate the fact that Juggalos try to have a limited vocabulary similar to our fucking hero Violent J? Make it make sense.
Which is the Juggalo hell or whatever. They have to listen to mainstream music all day, I don't know. They have to get normal haircuts, so it's too hardcore for them to handle.
What the fucking drugs is this guy talking about? Like, is that another reason why Juggalos suck? Because we have to get normal haircuts in order to get real jobs or something like that? Fuck that. My hair's all fucked up. I work in a factory. Nobody publicly is going to see me.
45, they believe that ICP's albums will get them to heaven.
I didn't see that in the fucking Juggalo manual when I got my Jug card. Where was that? What chapter was that in?
46, they have a cross. It's called the Lotus Cross, and they wear this and shit. Because they're nuts.
Oh my god, dude. Do you just see everything in face value, or do you just not understand symbolism because you're that much of an ignoramus? You fucking idiot. Like this guy is literally just... I mean, I know he's a troll and everything, and that's his job. Like, he's trying to fucking troll, even though he's not getting paid to fucking do it, which I... Like, being a fucking YouTuber for as long as I have, I don't understand the concept of creating videos if you're not trying to fucking gain monetization of some sort. And this guy never got 1,000 subs. Like, ever. Like, he would give up and then quit because he wasn't getting the attention that he thought he deserved by being a troll. And then he'd come back with a whole new Wrestling Jesus Returns channel. And then right as he's hitting like 300 subscribers, he'd fucking give up and start all over again 6 months down the road.
47, they thought the world was going to end and ICP was supposed to save them.
No. I mean, if I have to really break this down, okay, look. I understand that there is a human concept of time, and that's based off of the axis of rotation of the fucking planet, how long it takes to go around a full circle, and how many times it has to go around a full circle in order to go around the sun a vast majority of times. About 366 times a year. Minutes, seconds, milliseconds, microseconds, it's all fucking man-made. Anything outside of the planet, time is not in existence, okay? Now, I forgot where I was going with this shit-eating grin on his fucking face.
They're nuts!
Okay.
47, they thought the world was going to end and ICP was supposed to save them.
Now, two guys with a fucking 7th and 9th grade education from Detroit, Michigan, obviously isn't going to stop us from time consuming us all. Okay, let's just be realistic about this. Time is a man-made structure that does not exist outside of this planet, outside of this galaxy, outside of the Andromeda, and outside of the fucking universe. Okay? Our concept of time does not exist outside of our own fucking planet. The planet is going to continue on. George Carlin once said, "The planet is fine. It's the people who are fucked." The planet is going to be able to heal itself and eradicate the human race and shake us off like a bad case of fleas on a dog's back. Okay? So, it's not going to be Insane Clown Posse that's going to fucking save us. Our race as a human species, time is fucking limited for us, and eventually we will also become extinct at some given point in time. Definitely not during my lifetime and your lifetime and possibly that guy's lifetime. So what the fuck am I supposed to expect to believe that two guys who rap and put face paint on their face is actually going to save us from the end of time? The end of time is death. Okay, that was the representation of the end of time. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of time is the beginning of life. The end of time is the end of life. How the fuck is Insane Clown Posse supposed to save me from death? Death happens to us all. Death consumes us all. However, I do believe that that is not the end of life, as when you break things down, we really are just nothing but molecules and energy.
48, you're crazy, nuts.
Yeah. I mean, call me crazy, because that's my fucking name. And I think he might have gotten that one because of me.
49, these juggalos attack even each other.
Well, yeah, because some of these people in our community are absolute fucking morons. Fucking morons. Some of you, believe it or not, are absolutely fucking stupid. And the concept of hearing these people talk and having word vomit come out of their mouth is absolutely horrifying and mind-numbingly stupid. But it is what it is. And that's why we fucking attack each other. Sometimes it's because some people are just absolutely fucking moronic and stupid, and you just have to slap the piss out of somebody because of how annoying they are. Or people are just, once again, trying to stab you in the fucking back. That happens a lot, especially in our own fucking community, but it also happens in every fucking community. There's a lot of juggalos out there who are stabbing each other in the back just to try to make $5 so they can go to the fucking liquor store and get a beer or some shit. It happens.
The gang attack old women to steal their money, but that's not enough. They have to attack each other.
Did he foresee Blue fucking stealing money from his own mom? Like, seriously? Like, did he foresee that happening?
To steal from each other, I guess they...
No, I mean, some of us, like, I actually, you know what? That was another fucking, this guy's a prophet. I shit you not. He foresaw the boy Blue stealing money from his own mom, going to jail, and not going into the jail because he had fucking bed bugs. I don't know, maybe he didn't see all that, but he definitely saw Blue stealing from his own mom. He probably also saw this was like in January of 2012. Yeah, this was like in January of 2012. And that year at the gathering of the Juggalos, there was that thief who was stealing food and all other sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that thief. We destroyed his car in response to that. Like, that was the real response video right there.
Beat each other up and steal each other's merch.
I mean, you know, people do that shit all the time. And then, you know, even outside of the fucking Juggalo community, people get robbed all the time. So if you rob another person, I guess that automatically makes you a Juggalo and you're down with the clown. If you rob your best friend, I guess you're down with the clown. Even if you don't listen to Insane Clown Posse. But then again, I guess Violet J did once say there are Juggalos out there who don't even know that they're fucking Juggalos, who have never even heard Insane Clown Posse before, and yet they're Juggalos. It's because they've never listened to Insane Clown Posse a day in their life, but they rob and steal and lie and kill. Whoop whoop, fam.
Number 50. Juggalos are just lonely.
I'm so Ronry, so Ronry, so Ronry, I'm Riri a Ron. I guess that's what he's trying to say. Kim Jong-il was a fucking Juggalo.
And they want to fit in, huh?
I mean, like, in a sense, he is actually right, but that is actually also not a reason for Juggalos to suck. There are a lot of people on this planet who have no means of being able to fit in, and the Juggalo community is the perfect place for them to find a sense of belonging, to find home, if you will. And this fuckhole thinks that that's a bad thing, especially since juggalos are very open and accepting to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck you for wanting to fit in, Relic. You specifically, fuck you. That's what you get for wanting to fit in.
51 internet tough guys.
Me, the boy Blue, Child's Play Ninja, Rain Man Juggalo, the Juggalo Vlogs, Custom OG, so on and so forth. All of us are just internet bullies and thugs, I guess. Gang gang.
Your Hatchet Man symbol sucks.
So we suck because that sucks. That sounds kind of stupid.
You guys suck at rap.
Some of us do. Actually, I would say a good chunk of Juggalo rappers suck. But there's a lot of them that have really improved on their craft. I mean, like, there's only so many times that you can hear a rapper in the Juggalo community that fucking wants to be a Juggalo rapper talking about different forms of murder and trying to kill somebody with a fucking axe or a hatchet or a Ginzu knife or blah blah blah. You know, like, you gotta be a little bit more creative on shit. And there are a lot of rappers that are into horrorcore that do get embraced by the Juggalo community, whether or not they are fucking Juggalos when they first come in. And I'm talking down the list of, like, the guys at LSP, Necro, Ill Bill, Vinny Paz, Bedlam, Kung Fu Vampire, so on and so forth. You know, but when you've got like when you've got like some dude named like Murderous Mike the Juggalo Clown Killer as the rap name, you can miss me with that shit.
You all sound the same, like bad versions of ICP.
And bad versions of each other. I'm not gonna front. That's like, most Juggalo rappers do fucking suck. Like, I'm not gonna fucking front on that. Like, that one I actually have to agree with. It's those people that suck, not the Juggalo community as a whole, because they fucking suck at rap.
Your videos suck.
Really? I mean, they were good enough for you to watch them to give out this abridged version of 100 Reasons Why Juggalos Suck. And I say abridged because a lot of these fucking reasons intertwine with other reasons. You didn't think this one through, son.
These guys make lip syncing videos. These big tough juggalos lip syncing like 10-year-old girls, huh?
What's wrong with that? I mean, you know, I don't know if you realize this, but in all music videos, they lip sync to the fucking track in order to create a fucking parallel with the audio and the video that is being recorded. Have you ever fucking shot a video ever? It's funny to me that this guy who has a fucking potato cam can't seem to understand and grasp the concept of what it means to shoot a fucking video, or a music video, or anything like that. Right? Little did he know TikTok would come to life in the future. And to be perfectly honest, a vast majority of fucking TikTok chicks that make these type of videos and shit, or sway their hips to Custer by fucking Slipknot, like this fucking dude, maybe he did see it coming and he was like, it's gonna suck then too.
Fucking tough guys.
I mean, I think he's talking about guys that are like big like me or built like me. And what are we doing? We're planning on making shot for shot remakes of fucking the music video of Broken by Blase Rose. Shot for shot in the same fucking outfit. And it's a guy that looks like me. Could you imagine that shit? Broken. I don't want to be alive. I just want to die. Me wearing fucking Becky's outfit in Broken, doing that video shot for shot. It's in your head now. Have fun sleeping tonight. I just gave you nightmare fuel.
They listen
And I hate Blase Rose, and she hates me back. I'm just saying. It would be fucking funny.
to Blaze Your Dead, homie, and he sucks.
Okay. You know what's funny is, like, Blaze Your Dead Homie fuses the wicked shit with old school hip hop, which you claim that we hate and don't respect hip hop as a whole. So, what the fuck, which is it? Make it make sense, Wrestling Jesus. Like, the only reason why Blaze Your Dead Homie sucks is because at the time he was signed to Psychopathic Records. So what? It was an easy pot shot for you? Fuck out of here with that shit, bro. I don't know whatever happened to her. I don't follow her anymore, and she's got me fucking blocked on Instagram, and I don't care.
You guys are immature.
Are not, you stupid duty head. Moving along.
Rejects.
And we're a whole fucking group of rejected people. Like, we're all fucking nerdy and shit, like, beyond even the fucking nerds in high school. Like, you gotta understand, this is like a common thing with the Juggalo community. You know what I'm saying?
They were picked on their whole life, and now they want to get revenge by joining a retarded clown group.
I don't need to fucking get revenge on the people that made fun of me when I was a kid. As a matter of fact, a good chunk of them I've actually made amends with. One of them I actually met up with in Lansing, Michigan a few years back, and I told him all of the fucking trauma that him and all of the other people that I went to school with had created for me. And up until the point when I was 26, I actually had violent fucking thoughts about things that I wanted to do to them. Not because I'm a juggalo, but because I had trauma based off of that shit. And sometimes it still affects me, even at the age of 41. However, when I was 26, I came to the realization that if it wasn't for the things that they did, then I wouldn't have discovered Insane Clown Posse, and I wouldn't have the life that I have right now. I don't know where I would be without the wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? It would probably be even worse. I probably could have killed myself by now. And I never would have had my kids. I never would have had the life that I live. I never would have been able to live in my mom's basement. I never would have been able to fucking buy all the video games that I fucking have. And all of that other shit. I wouldn't be able to have the friends that I have right now. I wouldn't be able to have the live stream that I'm doing with the fan base that's watching me and watching my fucking advertisements and giving me money. I wouldn't have all of that. And I also wouldn't have this douche nozzle fucking making videos towards me back in the day. Yeah, this guy, all he has to do is just get the little sand out of his vagina. Wes, yes, but not right now because I'm still paying off credit cards for buying Little Samson. I'll get it when I get it.
Makes no fucking sense.
Okay.
Number 60, they're brainwashed.
Doesn't that kind of fall into the fucking cult, sheeple, Shangri-La, Hell's Pit, fucking whoop whoop family vein? Like, once again, the same fucking shit. Look, and I'm sure he's probably going to say something, but I'm going to say something before he does. The whole thing with, like, oh, we agree with everything that Violent J says and does. No. Like, there have been times, even on this channel, where I have disagreed with Violent J on certain things. Like, I don't know, dating Becky as a prime example. I laughed at him for fucking being in a relationship with Blase Rose and laughed in his face when well, not really, but laughed here on a video when I found out that he fucking broke up with her. There's a video of that somewhere.
Hypnotized.
Oh, I can fit you with real millionaire shit. Escargot, my cargo, 160 swiftly. Is that what you mean when we say hypnotize? Bicky, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Hypnotize. Okay, let's get off of that.
A retarded clown group makes no fucking sense.
Clowny daggers, y'all.
Number 60, they're brainwashed, hypnotized. 61, you dress like idiots.
Dude, we dress no different than you, alright? Like, I've made videos where I'm wearing a fucking hat and a fucking hoodie. So what's so idiotic about the way that we dress? Is it because some of us actually have, like, expensive clothes, like the fucking Hatchet Gear, like, the fucking jerseys and shit? Yeah, he did, but now it's my turn.
Obviously. 62, they wanted to sue the FBI.
And did. We didn't win, but it led to us having the most epic fucking, like, the most epic fucking event in DC history. The Juggalo March is what suing the FBI multiple times and losing led to. And being a Juggalo in Washington, D.C., and having the people in Washington, D.C. also tell us, the Juggalos, had the most peaceful protest that anybody in Washington, D.C. had seen in the last 50 years. And think of how many times that there's a fucking protest that happens at the National Mall. And we're the ones that have the most quietest and respectful fucking protest in 50 fucking years. See what that led up to? And this dude had to talk shit in 2012.
They will fail.
I mean, we did, but it led to some epic shit. Now the cops don't even fuck with us. Whenever there's like somebody that tries to get pulled over, you know, that ends up getting pulled over, that's a Juggalo, and like, oh, they try to throw that gang shit our fucking way, it gets laughed off. Like, it's no longer like, we might possibly still be on the gang list as Juggalos, but nobody's getting fucked with anymore because of that. It's a joke now. It's become a joke to everybody in police. And we're no different now than anybody else.
Stupid haircuts. You got your haircuts trying to look like Shaggy 2 Dope with the dreads or whatever.
Shaggy 2 Dope has been bald since like 2005.
You just look like schmucks is what you look like.
We're all schmucks. We all look like schmucks. Now, actually, you know what? Some of us have pretty fucking dope haircuts. This guy, on the other hand, he's wearing the Scully because he's fucking bald. So who wants to talk about jealousy, fam? You wanted to fucking come at me with that Eminem shit, saying that we hated Eminem because we're jealous of him. You're fucking bald, and some of us, even at the age of 41, I still have a good, healthy head of hair. And not very many grays. This guy prematurely fucking balded. And he looks like absolute ass.
Lifeless fucking schmucks. 64, they enjoy ICP's movies. The worst movies ever fucking made.
No. You want a worse movie? Go watch The Room. Okay? That's an even worse movie than fucking Big Money Hustlers, Big Money Rustlers, Death Racers, etc. Like, yeah, this gentleman's lighting skills have something to be desired. It literally looks like he is fucking shooting his video in a fucking hooker motel that was used for the movie Spun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro's got a fucking Vader hairline under the Scully. Yeah, dude, but here's the thing, though. Big Money Hustlers and Big Money Rustlers are both meant to be shitty B movies. Like, they are designed specifically and solely for that purpose, to look like B movies, because they knew that they were. And then they hyped themselves up to make them act, to make them come off like, they're pretending to be superstar status movie stars and shit like that, for the sake of the fucking kayfabe, because it was hilarious. Now, you watch The Room, and Tommy Wiseau was legitimately trying to make a good movie, and The Room is absolute dog shit. The worst fucking movie ever made was that movie. So, Wrestling Jesus, you ought to watch The Room and try to fucking tell me that The Room is a better movie than Big Money Hustlers, because I can guarantee you, once you finish watching The Room, you're gonna fucking see that Big Money Hustlers is basically just like like leagues better. Of course, this dude's a troll, so he'd probably be like, I watched The Room, and The Room was the best movie I had ever seen. Apparently that dude has never watched fucking Serbian film either, because that movie was good too, right? Yeah, The Room's sex scene was not my proudest fap. Bruh. I agree.
So fucking boring.
No, actually, it's fucking hilarious, and you're just being a hater at that point.
Okay. Number 65, they got tiny cocks. Tiny Juggalo cocks.
Compensation. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that a 7-inch cock was tiny. I didn't see that coming. Besides, how did this guy ever see my fucking cock?
66, they seek wisdom from ICP's lyrics. Like, if they need to listen to ICP to tell them not to murder people. Yeah, I seek wisdom from their lyric. They told me not to steal in that song called Stabbing the Carnival Girl. What? It's just garbage. Apparently there's hidden messages that helps them become great people. Like, you need to listen to horse shit like this to live a decent life. You guys are idiots.
So we get wisdom from that shit, and yes, there is a hidden meaning behind that, because it's not the fact that they kill in their music. It's who they kill in their music. Not to mention, I have a stack of books here that I actually get my enlightenment from. Here, I'll pull out a couple of these books so that way I can show you guys what I'm fucking talking about. Excuse me. Okay, I've got a couple of books here from my bookshelf. Okay, first off, I'm going to show you Attached. Okay, and Anxiously Attached, because I actually found out that I have an anxious attachment style due to my last relationship. So I educated myself on attachment style and anxious attachment style. Another thing, The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Byrne, which actually teaches you, this book series actually teaches you about the law of attraction, manipulation and energy and stuff like that. And I also have the Necronomicon. So, those are a little bit more enlightening, further enlightenment into real world shit, and not just Juggalo related shit. If anything, the Juggalo related shit was, if anything, no more than just a fucking stepping stone into the right path. To fight fire with fire, to kill bigots and richies and stuff like that, and just to realize that, it's not about, the glorification of money, greed. It's not about how much you have. It's not about being selfish. It's more of a selfless thing. This guy obviously doesn't get it because he doesn't feel the fucking magic that we as Juggalos actually have. Or he does, and he's just being a fucking troll because he thinks that this is funny. But hey, Attached, Anxiously Attached, the Necronomicon, The Secret, The Law of Attraction, Manifestation, Batman. These are all books that I read for further enlightenment. I didn't show you Batman, but I have 2 books of the fucking Nightfall series.
Big time fucking idiots. 67, The Gathering sucks.
As if he's ever been to the fucking gathering. I mean, obviously this was just a quote that he said to fucking bait ninjas. Okay, whatever.
They attack people who don't like ICP.
Fuck you.
They are major drug addicts.
Yeah, all you weed people. All you fucking juggalos with your fucking weed injections and all that other shit. Yeah, Nightfall, best fucking Batman shit ever. But anyways, yeah, so like, we're all drug addicts. Dude, like, the most that I've ever fucking done is smoke pot, and I quit that years ago. I quit drinking alcohol years ago. Like, right now, my worst fucking addiction is caffeine and this fucking vape. Right? I mean, you know, you take a look at some of these juggalos in my chat. All it took was one fucking weed injection, and you turned into a fucking juggalo overnight. Especially Frankie, who I don't know is still in the chat or not. But yeah, that's all it took. This one mom ends up becoming, takes one weed injection, and suddenly she becomes a fucking juggalo. A dab would kill me. Dude, a dab would kill me. Like, I would be on the planet for blip with one fucking thing. You know? Like, one fucking dab, and I'd be gone.
They do drugs in front of their children.
Not all of us are Juggalo Jewels.
On YouTube, so that everybody can see, huh? How mature. They hate...
Trailer Park Cinderella freebases his weed injections directly into his neck. Certified. No cap. Okay, what's this idiot saying?
Hate rich people out of their children. On YouTube, so that everybody can see, huh? How mature. They hate rich people out of jealousy.
No, it's not necessarily out of jealousy. Allow me to explain yet again. Like, am I the only person in this fucking shit that can actually counter debate this motherfucker? It's not the fact that we hate rich people. There are a lot of juggalos who actually have a lot of money. Like, dude, I spent over $1,000 on fucking merch at the gathering of the Juggalos, which is the most I've ever spent at a gathering in one setting. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily consider myself rich, but in a sense that could be something that other people could consider rich people shit. It's just a drop of thou on merchandise, or $2,000 on a video game, Little Samson for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or $400 on 3 fucking video games, or some shit like that, you know? But I wouldn't necessarily consider myself fucking rich, you know? Some other people might because of that. And so, like, what it is it's like, it's more like the glorification of the clout of being rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that we hate. The people who have the large amount of money and flex that they have a large amount of money and don't even fucking, it don't even care how it makes other people feel. The idea behind that comes from Violent J when he was poor and he was working at he was working as a caddy at a fucking golf course, right? And he ended up asking somebody who was golfing at that golf course if he was rich. And the guy just goes, "Oh, I'm just average." And he's like, if he's average and I'm poorer than that guy, then what does that make me? Fucking absolutely fucking poor. And that grew into Violent J hating rich people because, like, rich people fucking flaunting that shit, driving around in golf carts, sipping on an iced tea and shit like that. And don't get me wrong, Violent J is rich now. Now Violent J is rich, but he doesn't flaunt the shit in front of his fans or other people just because he thinks that he's better than them. Rich people, or in our case, what we call them richies, they do that. They are rich and they think that they're better than other people because they're rich. Yeah, we're fucking hood rich is what it is. It's like we can afford the shit, but we're still fucking broke at the end of the day. Ghetto Fabulous.
They listen to ABK, and ABK fucking suck. Fucking worst fucking rapper on the planet, big time.
How did that motherfucker put a lisp on a lisp? And he's wrong. ABK is very talented. Like, to think about this in the sense that most people who have a lisp have a hard time being able to rap, and ABK figured it out. He figured out how to be able to utilize his lisp in the fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? To me, I find it funny because, like, at the time, once again, ABK was signed to Psychopathic Records, or he was doing his Native Funk, co-distribution thing at the time. And just because of that is the reason why ABK made this list of why we, as Juggalos, suck. I don't know how this dude was able to put his lisp on an ABK lisp at the same time and try to rap gang-related.
73, they're cowards.
Some of us, but not all. I've actually stood up to some fucking people.
They live to promote ICP big time.
Actually, not anymore. We spend more time fucking promoting each other with our shit. Like, if you were here at the very beginning of my fucking stream, you could clearly see that I was actually promoting other fucking Juggalos and their events. I like to talk about Insane Clown Posse and the stuff that they put up, and obviously people like to hear me talk about it, which is the reason why I fucking do it. And I also like to make fun of some people that are kind of stupid in our community, or some people outside of our community. Yeah.
75, the Juggalettes suck.
Yes, they do, and they are accurate at it. You have no idea, sir, how well they suck. Because all this dude looks like he can get is paid fucking vanilla sex. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But Juggalettes have some of the greatest fucking daddy issues on the planet, and it is awesome. If she don't HOK to her, then I don't talk to her. I love that concept.
76, you guys do makeup tutorial videos. Yeah, I'm a gangster, yeah. Can you put the makeup around your eye? Yeah, we tough guys.
Like, his imitation of Juggalos is funnier than the shit that he fucking says. Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with fucking makeup tutorial videos? Take a look at fucking TikTok now. The chicks on TikTok put more makeup on their face than the chicks who make fucking Juggalo-related makeup tutorials do. Then, I lost what I was saying. I mean, like, take a look at some of the chicks that go on TikTok, and hell, even YouTube, that, like, while they're fucking trying to explain something menial and stupid, they're, like, dabbing the fucking shit all over their face, and then they put something else over their face in order to contour their entire fucking face. It's like fucking Daggett Clayface from fucking Batman. Alright? They put more fucking makeup on that shit than Insane Clown Posse puts on their face. But there are people out there who are going to do makeup tutorials because there are some Juggalos out there who have a hard time being able to mix the fucking makeup and shit. Like back when I first started putting face paint on to go to shows and shit, I did all white face, and then I would do the black face paint over the white, and then it would gray out and it would look like shit. And because of makeup tutorials based off of that type of stuff, I was actually able to figure out that it's a wiser idea to put the fucking black makeup on first and then do the white around the fucking black makeup. And that makes it a lot better for the fucking makeup. So that way the white and the black don't mix as much. And it's also a lot easier if you use like a crayon-based fucking oil-based fucking makeup, because then it's a lot harder for you to fucking smear the shit. But I find it interesting that he hates on the Juggalos for fucking making these type of makeup tutorials when you have bitches outside of the Juggalo community that put more fucking makeup on their face to make themselves look pretty than than fucking Juggalos do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's make that a canon thing. I did blackface once and whiteface all at the same time.
Fucking wimps! They listen to Boondocks, and Boondocks sucks.
We get it, okay? Everybody who is, was, or ever will be signed to Psychopathic Records, in your observation, sucks. Because, they don't sound like, I don't know what the fuck this dude listens to. The Dead Milkmen? Okay, like this dude has Punk Rock Girl playing on loop in his fucking head, and because Boondocks, ABK, Twiztid, Blazy Dead, Homie, fucking AMB, ICP, all of those guys don't sound like the Dead fucking Milkmen, or whoever the fuck this asshole listens to. I don't know, this guy seems like a fucking Kenny G. Yanni kind of guy, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? That's why ICP and all of them suck. Because they don't sound like the Dead Milkmen or Yanni or Kenny G.
They buy all the Juggalo merch.
And that's a problem. How? When you like a band, it doesn't matter if it's Insane Clown Posse or not, but if you like a band, you want to buy their merchandise. So that way you can show off to other people that you like this band. It doesn't matter if it's Insane Clown Posse, Megadeth, or Rush, which are all three favorite bands of mine. I'll wear their fucking shit. I mostly wear ICP shit because, their shit looks the coolest other than the Starman from 2112 or Vic Rattlehead. Vic Rattlehead is an awesome fucking character. Or if you listen to Iron Maiden, you want to get a fucking picture with Eddie on it. Or if you listen to Slayer, chances are you're gonna fucking die at one of their shows, but from getting trampled on. Release the Slayer fans. But I'm just saying, it's like, come on, bruh. Like, if this is a reason why Juggalos suck because we were Insane Clown Posse merchandise and we want to buy it all. I think Juggalo Collectibles would shake his finger at you and be like, you're naughty. I don't actually know what he sounds like, but you know what I'm saying.
Or else they're not real Juggalos or whatever. They think they're big shots in real life because they got all the ICP CDs, etc.
I mean, not really. I mean, I've actually spanked a few fucking Juggalos here on YouTube because of the fact that they tried to throw merchandise in other Juggalos' faces and try to say, oh, well, you're less of a Juggalo than I am because I don't have, I have 27 fucking different Hatchet Man necklaces that I bought at fucking Spencer's and you don't even have one. You know what I'm saying? I've actually spanked a couple fucking Juggalos on here because of that shit. It's not about how much merchandise you have. That's not what makes you a fucking Juggalo. It's listening to the music and understanding what the Juggalo shit is. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so what else did this idiot fucking say? Yeah, I know, he big mad.
else they're not real juggalos or whatever. They think they're big shots in real life.
I mean, I am, but not because I'm a fucking juggalo. It's because I have a $2,000 fucking video game. And my haters, they don't know why.
They got all the ICP CDs, etc. Losers!
Okay, yeah. And yet this, so what? This guy's wardrobe is completely fucking naked. And this is like, okay, you're only cool if you're wearing this. What he's wearing right now. And that wardrobe is the only thing that he has. That's what makes you fucking cool in his eyes.
Fucking losers!
Losers. Like, he put the soft A and a Z on that losers. Are you appropriating my fucking culture there, fam?
79, they threaten to kill people with hatchets. You know, if they lose an argument, it's automatic. They're gonna threaten to kill you or something.
Yeah, that happened a lot. Like, that literally happened a lot during the fucking Juggalo YouTube Wild West days. And it was cringe then, and it's cringe now, and it's so fucking stupid, and that's coming from an OG Juggalo. Even when I first started doing YouTube shit, if I saw somebody in the comments saying, I'm gonna kill you with my hatchet, or threaten somebody over the internet, or some other shit, it's like, that is the dumbest thing ever. It is the most retardedest shit ever that you would threaten somebody over shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's all they know, just talking shit out of their ass to try to look tough.
Pot, meat, kettle.
80. They got these stupid juggalo hand gestures. Losers!
And yet he just did a fucking hand gesture. I mean, like, here's the thing though, like, they're like, everybody's got their fucking thing. You know, like, we have the whole fucking Wicked Clown thing, the old school Wicked Clown thing, Jugganati had a fucking thing, Jay had that Juggalo love fucking thing that he was trying to do, which ironically looked a little bit like that. And then if you move your hands a little bit more, you got Dot Gang. You know, like, some of it was meant to mean something or whatever, you know? It was just like, okay, but, like, outside of the Juggalo shit, other people had fucking hand gestures. So how are you still alive for fucking making fun of gangs that actually are legit and have fucking, you know, I don't know that. I don't fucking know what the Crips do these days. Hell, I'm surprised I haven't gotten shot for wearing my hat crooked.
81. They spray themselves with Faygo because they're fucking psychotic.
No, there's a story behind that, but I wouldn't expect this dumb fuck with a 79 IQ to understand it. It would just totally fucking go over his balding head. I love how he reads his talking points off paper like Warwick. Rep yourself. Right? Now, you know what the worst of this is? Because Trailer Park is saying, I couldn't imagine hating on something I don't like to this degree. You know what the saddest part about this is that he actually had to sit down and think of 100 fucking things, and most of them are the same fucking thing.
That's why. 82, they like horrorcore rap, and horrorcore sucks.
Once again, subjective. I mean, I like horrorcore music to a certain degree, but mostly I like pop punk. You know, like, I like fucking Blink 182, Sum 41, Yellow Card. Have you guys heard the new Disney album, A Whole New Sound? It's a whole bunch of pop punk bands that are doing songs from Disney movies. I gotta tell you this, I2I is on that, and I really like the direction that Powerline went.
They got owned by Saturday Night Live.
Actually, we kind of took that in stride. A vast majority of Juggalos really enjoyed the fact that we were represented on Saturday Night Live, not because we were roasted, but because we understand that SNL is a fucking satire show. We didn't get owned by fucking SNL. If anything, because of like the Miracles parody and fucking like all of the underground records things where they were like parodying the gathering of the Juggalos shit back in the day, dude, that's a badge of honor. As far as I'm concerned, I looked at that as a badge of honor. They were acknowledging us. And the same thing went with Squidbillies when they did their Juggalo episode, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force when they did their episode. You know, talking about Juggalos. Rick and Morty actually backing us up when somebody made fun of Insane Clown Posse and that, and fucking Rick was just like, yeah, 2007 called, they want their easy target back. It's like, this is fucking heavy, thick fucking reaching, you know what I'm saying?
84, they worship Psychopathic records.
I don't worship anybody. I respect Insane Clown Posse, but I'm actually a spiritualist. I don't have a specific higher being that I fucking worship. If anything, I follow nature and the universe. That's the thing that makes the most sense to me. Not two guys who rap about fucking killing people. You know what I'm saying? I could, like, Nephilo, I totally fucking understand. I don't know what this dude worships. I think he worships wrestling and top 10 things that suck videos that he does.
That record label sucks. Pure shit.
I mean, obviously, because you already said that Insane Clown Posse sucks, Twiztid sucks, Blazing Dead Homie sucks, Anybody Kill a fucking sucks, Boondock sucks. The only one that I haven't heard him say is DJ Clay and AMB. Like, what the fuck?
Every single album is shit. 85, Hatchet House sucks.
Okay, so now he's attacking Hatchet House. Thank God. You know what? He's actually fucking done his homework on what is and is not psychopathic related. He literally had to fucking go out of his way in order to make this list. And it's not even that good. Once again, subjective. But you know what's funny about that? He's like, Hatchet House sucks. Who was on Hatchet House? Let's see. Awesome Dre was on there. MC Breed was on there, and Breed's a fucking legend. Cold 187, who was in Above the Law, who was actually signed to a major label at one point. And, you know, obviously, like, DJ Clay was in there, AMB was in there at one point. So it's just like, okay, because Psychopathic Records owns Hatchet House, it's a subsidiary label, they automatically suck.
They're a sub-shit label. They got shitty radio shows.
Yes, Dayton Family, that was another one. Thank you for that, Don Chaos. Okay, so now he's attacking W Fuck Off Radio, which once again is being attacked because it's owned by Psychopathic. And then they also he also fucking attacked JCW because it's owned by Psychopathic. He knows a lot about something he claims to dislike so much. Well, you see that's the thing, Trailer Park. Haters are bigger fans than fans. And I know that because I have some haters who are right now low-key watching my shit. As a matter of fact, I saw one of them in one of my fucking haters live streams talking shit about the fucking Asian spa story that I had at my Gathering of the Juggalos review, and I thought it was hilarious. Because the only reason why I talked about it in the first place is because I knew for a fact that they were going to fucking talk about it. Check and mate.
New Juggalos love that shit. That sucks.
Right on.
Every Juggalo has an imaginary record label. Yo, this is Violent J Jr., man. Check out Psycho Clown Records, dog.
No, I mean, not every fucking Juggalo has like a fucking label that they want their music to be put out on. I will say that at one point in time, I did actually try to get into doing horrorcore shit, and I did want to start a label of mine, Lunatics Productions. I actually wanted to fucking do that. Big Baby Records is a different story because Big Baby Records didn't exist at the time that this video came out. Keeping in mind that this video came out in 2012. So you got to remember it was like Psychopathic and Hatchet House, which were the more prominent two fucking labels that were Psychopathic related. You know what's interesting? I have yet to hear him say anything about Joe and Joey Records. Maybe that might pop up. I don't know.
It's just retards singing in their mom's bedroom or whatever.
Actually, at the time that I recorded my song Fantasy Becomes Reality, it was my own bedroom. I didn't live with my mom at the time in 2015. But also, like I said, this one was made in like 2012. Oh yeah, dude, the Juggalo Nation videos were epic.
But they all have record labels, apparently. 88, you're not unique. These guys claim that they trying Juggalos to become unique and different. You look just like ICP and like all the other Juggalos, not unique.
Okay, so I know that he's still got more to say, but here's the thing. Like, he's only looking at this shit at face value, right? Now, if you watched my fucking Gathering of the Juggalos review, I ended up explaining that there were so many Juggalos that were doing so many fucking things at the Gathering. They're like, this is what they mean when they say that all Juggalos come from different walks of life. There are so many Juggalos out there. Like, okay, as a prime example, the one thing that a lot of people really know me for, especially in the last 7 years, is that I am an avid video game collector. Juggalo Collectibles collects all sorts of Psychopathic related merchandise, and that's what he's most known for. You have my boys like Waddy Watts and fucking Harry Woodward, who are rappers in the fucking game. You have motherfuckers like Hexxx, who are also rappers. But then aside from that, you have like Motown Rage and Zug Island, who are actual bands. You have other fucking people in YouTube who do standalone videos, live streams. We like, some of us talk about very similar things, but we all have our own different style of how we do shit, right? At the same time, when you show at the Gathering of the Juggalos, not only are there so many people that are doing live streams, but it's different types of live streams, such as the Bartle House, who is more of a fucking radio show than anything else. I wouldn't even say zero heat, low energy. Like, this dude is all low vibrational energy. And there were other Juggalos, especially at the flea market, all sorts of Juggalos who have like little nooks and crannies making different things and selling it, whether it be like bracelets or carpet. You know, like there was somebody that made little rugs. You know, my homegirl, Sister Hatchet, she made little rugs. And there were some people that were making bracelets and other people that are like making all different types of things. There are some of us that are really good fucking people. And we all treat each other fucking good. This guy only sees, oh, we all wear fucking jerseys and trip pants and spider-legged hair. All of our girls are wearing fucking go-go, you know, like wearing fucking thick-ass fucking goth boots with fuzzy bottoms and fishnet thongs and shit like that. And it's like all the Juggalettes look the same. All the Juggalos look the same. Okay, but you're only seeing things at face value, as I said before. What about us on the inside? What really makes us fucking tick? But also at the same time, it's like, what really makes us all come together? See what I'm saying? Yeah, Don Chaos is a different type of interviewer than a lot of other people. Like, I have a different fucking live stream style than everybody else does. fucking Trailer Park does all sorts of different fucking random shit because nothing seems to keep his attention. I love you, bro. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm fucking saying? This dude seems to not understand at all. Yeah. Yeah, Trailer Park became a fucking fashion designer.
You talk like them, dress like them. Everything is made like ICP. You ain't got 1 ounce of uniqueness.
Fam, granted that I have a Hatchet Man in the background, it is also in the style of an NES controller. Okay, now that might not fit into the mold of what it is that he's fucking doing, but at the same time, you could also take a look at some of my merchandise, that I have available. My fucking main KM logo, which was designed by 4A2 Records, 4A2 Graphics. Like that is an artistic expression from the homie Keith. And then you take a look at my fucking Super Saiyan t-shirt, and it's me as a Super Saiyan, and including the fucking crazy McKormik Dragon Ball Z design, which both of those were made by the homie Snaps over at Massacre Media. And it's 2 different forms of art styles. And so, how is that not unique? And it's my shit. And I don't see very many juggalos that are out there fucking pumping out manga characters of themselves. I'm just saying. The homie Lakeland Lunacy has a completely different art style too. So what? Because Lakeland Lunacy, Snaps, and Keefy all have artistic expression. Oh, it's all the same. It's not unique. They're not unique because they're all artists. They don't have different art styles. You should really check out some of the art shit that they had over at the Gathering of the Juggalos, because Brian Red definitely does different shit than Dead Canvas. They have 2 completely different art styles. All of the fucking Juggalo rappers that were signed to Psychopathic at the time also all had different rap styles.
Nothing. Plus, you all have tiny cocks. So.
The second time that he said something about my dick. Yeah, Brian Red is fucking goated. No lie. 2-time fucking winner of the art contest. Like that dude is the shit. And Keefy is fucking talented too. That's why I got my fucking logo designed from him. And Snaps is very talented as well. That's why I got that shit from her. And it's all homie love on top of that. Yeah, he has an obsession. I'm starting to think that he has an obsession with fucking teeny weenies.
A lot of them are rednecks.
Being the fact that this dude is not from the United States. Like I said, I think he's either from Canada or the UK. I'm not sure which. I lean more towards Canada than anything else. But, redneck is a more southern fucking thing. And yeah, Lakeland did do a lot of dope work for us. Shout out to Lakeland Lunacy. But this fucking dude doesn't obviously understand the concept of redneck. So redneck is actually for him, redneck is just a fucking buzzword. As if to say, okay, all Americans are probably rednecks. Hold on, Scott Farkas. Don't be talking shit about people's parents' basements, because, fam, I rock that shit with pride. Anyways, so okay, all juggalos are rednecks. No, sir. Most most juggalos from the South probably are, but it's the same as everybody else that's in that Southern, dirty South. You know what I'm saying? It's like redneck is kind of almost like a lifestyle. But then again, you know, Jeff Foxworthy, who has really popularized his career because of the redneck aesthetic, he has said he's been all over the place. He's been to 48 states. There are rednecks everywhere you look. You know, so you might be a redneck. You know what I'm saying? But like the idea, the concept of like the whole redneck hoe and, you know, fuck your rebel flag and shit like that is definitely like the anti-bigotry type shit. So there can be Juggalo rednecks that aren't fucking bigoted. I am going to put that out there, but saying all fucking Juggalos are rednecks, disagree. What Relic is saying, that the better word is poor, that's leaning closer to the truth.
Who live in trailer parks.
I used to live in a trailer park, but at the time especially. But not all rednecks live in trailer parks. Okay, like my trailer park that I lived in at the time that this was made, I was actually in the suburbs. Suburban redneck, I guess. Make it make sense. All right, back to number 80 something.
Okay. They got shitty websites, these lame-ass Juggalo websites. It's all people worshipping when the next album is coming out. It's like big-time fucking sheep. Whoop, whoop, ah. That's all it is, just sheeps.
That's not how you say sheep in the plural sense. Educate yourself, you dumb fuck. Secondly, I mean, obviously he's like talking shit about like Juggalo News, Fago Lovers, Malenko 500, you know, fan sites, which a lot of fucking bands have fan sites that are talking about things that are happening within that band's culture or subculture or something to that effect. Everybody's fucking got them. But with Juggalo related shit, we have such a fucking universe of our own that we talk about more than just Insane Clown Posse. And with Insane Clown Posse's fucking anthology, if you will, the Joker cards, it was always entertaining to try to speculate on what the next Joker's card was going to be, what it was going to be about, what it could possibly look like. This is something that he's not going to understand because obviously he's very low vibrational and he doesn't see anything farther than what he sees. Like he can't see past what he sees, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Shitty websites.
But a lot of websites that were made, Fago Lovers primarily now, I mean, Fago Lovers has always been a big heavy hitter in Juggalo fan sites as long as I've been on the internet. You know, Malenko 500 unfortunately ended up going belly up. You know, and like right now, Fago Lovers is the most prominent fucking fan site that's out there. And they do put in a lot of work. I mean, like I've known Scotty D since 2002. After Fago Lover left his own fucking website and left Scotty in charge, Scotty was putting so much fucking work into that website and money and all sorts of other shit. Like he risked a lot of shit just to get that fucking website to continue going. Yeah. Fago Lovers is basically now the world star hip hop of Juggalo shit. And I love that. You know, somebody's got to give Scotty D some flowers. You know what? Put some flower emojis in the chat for Scotty D. But like the thing is that this fucking guy, he can't necessarily see farther than his own nose when it concerns Juggalo related content. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a nice fucking 4-leaf clover flower. Yeah, Juggalo News back in the day was also a very big heavy hitter. Like, as fucking long as I knew, Juggalo News and Fago Lovers were always head to head. Like, as far as I saw. Yeah, no shit. I definitely agree to that one, Trailer Park. We should I definitely need financial compensation. All right, so what's he on now?
Number 91, Big Crybabies. Huge crybabies.
Okay, I don't know if this is me being considered a crybaby, but me correcting him on his stupidity. But I know that there were a lot of family kids that were fucking crying, mostly because you had OG Juggalos that were fucking fighting with each other during the old Wild West days, and then you'd have some third-party fucking family kid being like, we're supposed to be Juggalo family, stop fighting, we're supposed to be Juggalo. Shut the fuck up.
They live vicariously, true ICP.
Why would you want to do that? Like, seriously? Like, obviously this guy doesn't know the history of Insane Clown Posse. Why would I want to live vicariously through ICP? I would rather live my own life and have them be the soundtrack of it. Because that's really all that it is. If you really want to break it down, all Psychopathic is, and all horrorcore for the Juggalos, is basically the soundtrack of our lives. And I believe Violent J has actually said that before, too.
Because they don't have a life of their own, son.
We don't have lives of our own. Okay, so, I collect video games because it's a fucking passion of mine, and I love my fucking hobby. But I don't do it because Violent J told me to. I did that off of my own fucking volition.
Number 93, they worship ICP's book, Behind the Paint. They quote that shit like if it's the Bible.
I mean, it kind of is. And not to mention, once again, we are going to be starting our new set, Mortonism, with the Book of Morton's List. Yeah, this guy's an idiot. I know. And also, that's a fucking running gag.
They seek wisdom and knowledge from a shitty biography or autobiography, and it's written like, you know, yo shit dog, this is what I did that time, son. That's how it's written.
This guy's obviously never read Behind the Paint. No, like, we don't fucking take quotes from it like it's a fucking Bible, but we do understand, because of that book, why Violent J is the way that he is. What became of him as a child and as a teenager that led into him getting into the hip-hop gang, into the hip-hop game, and doing what he did. And what started all of this. Something that this outsider can't seem to fucking wrap his head around. You goddamn right. Joe Bruce 316. I just clowned your ass.
They're fucking nuts. Big time retards. 94.
You know what's funny is that he continues to try to talk about how fucking nuts the Juggalos are and shit. Oh god, Nephilo, no. Cursed. Fucking cursed, fam. The 13 Juggalo commandments. I need to find that so I can make fun of it. Because I know that somebody's probably got a fucking snapshot of it somewhere. But have you ever noticed that this dude consistently fucking talks about how nuts the Juggalos are and all of these reasons, such and so forth, that we've been watching for the last God knows how long? But the funniest thing about it is that all of us Juggalos that are nuts have actually gotten closer, if not exceeded, the fucking recommendations and necessary things on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, you know, so that way we can get monetized and do the shit that we're fucking doing. So the crazier that we are, I think the more paid we're fucking getting doing shit on fucking YouTube and Twitch. and Instagram and Facebook and fucking TikTok and all of these other things. And as I said before, this dude couldn't even get to 500 subscribers before he got burnt out and fucking ended his and like deactivated his entire fucking YouTube platform, only to come back a couple of months again and start over from fucking scratch. This dude has never fucking gotten any monicum of monetization doing the YouTube shit. And yet we, the crazy ones, we, the fucking ones that are nuts, have the capability of doing that. Why? As nuts as we are, we're rather fucking creative and wise at what we do. So, you know, this dude can suck my fucking tiny cock.
Some of them love the Juggalo family more than their own family, which is sick and stupid.
Okay, that's made up.
95, they take advantage of their family.
Some of us do, I'm not gonna fucking lie, but that doesn't mean that the Juggalo community as a whole fucking sucks. It's those individuals that actually suck. And to be perfectly honest, like I said before, like I'm trying to do what I can with this particular platform in order to help push some of the fucking Juggalos out there that I personally feel are very deserving of being able to make something with this platform. So, I mean, I watched, so he got me. For real.
Yo, I'm a Juggalo. Give me free drugs, dog.
Who gets free drugs? Like, dude, that has been a consistent lie that I have been hearing since 5th grade. That random strangers will give me free drugs. I have never gotten free drugs in my fucking life. Ever. Now, if he's talking about the boy Blue, that's basically like, give me $1 so I can get drunk on YouTube and ask you to give me $1. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is. It's to get free booze and free drugs.
Well, I mean, fuck you, Niffalo. You get free drugs? Fuck you. Let's see. I feel like this is what Bash does now. He wants to be a villain for attention. I mean, hey, man, I can't hate a guy if he's in his villain era. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it's beneficial if you're trying to fucking be the bad guy. I mean, take a look at Razor Ramon. You know what I'm saying? Much love, brother.
96, you're all wasting your lives.
Doing what? Working? Paying bills? Doing shit? Playing video games and doing stuff on YouTube? It seems to me like this useless hobby of mine, being a fucking Juggalo, doesn't seem to be a waste of my life when I actually get advertisement revenue. What have you been doing since fucking 2007, bro? You would make all of these fucking useless goddamn lists of reasons why such and such sucks, or making videos complaining about fucking WWE and AEW and TNA and why such and such sucks, or why what storyline sucks, and you couldn't get anywhere with it, so you would get burned out, close out your fucking channel, come back a couple of months later talking about how you want to go into a completely different direction, and you go back and do the exact same thing, wash, rinse, repeat. What the fuck am I talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? And I waste my life? At least I actually have the capability to fucking do something with my hobbies. And why am I yelling at a guy who made this video 12 fucking years ago?
I'm a Juggalo.
Yes, I am.
I'm a Juggalo. It doesn't give you fuck all. You just come online. You know, talk against haters.
And make money doing it. I have to emphasize that, fam. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But, like, that is kind of the goal at this point. Thank you for participating in that, by the way. I appreciate it, and I'm very grateful for that, mind you. But this fucking moron.
Why you became a Juggalo, That's it. After that, you got nothing else to talk about.
I don't know, fam. It seems to me like I have had plenty of things to talk about because I've been doing this for 3.5 hours.
Just worshipping the cheap albums or whatever.
And people have made videos and discussed what they feel about the albums, what they feel about certain events, their experiences with the events, what they expect, what they're looking towards, seeing some of the illusion that they have, and the illusion sometimes even being wiped away and shit like that. Like, we want to share our experiences with other Juggalos. You're not a part of that. You're never going to be a part of that. You're never going to be able to understand that. That's why you suck.
It's all pointless shit.
Yes, it's basically book club nook shit.
You guys are wasting your fucking lives.
And this is the pot calling the kettle black, mind you.
And your parents are probably ashamed of you.
Actually not. My mom is awesome, and my mom thinks I'm awesome, and my mom's very supportive of me and the shit that I fucking do. Because as long as I have my bills paid, I give her rent money, and I don't do anything to get myself in trouble because she actually cares about me, then, I'm good as gold, you know what I'm saying?
97, you're too fucking obsessive. Way too obsessed with ICP. Your whole life is dedicated to them. Get a fucking life. Be unique.
I mean, like I said before, it's the obsession that we have that is actually helping us understand our levels of creativity and being able to do shit like this and be able to connect with other people who also understand what it is to be a fucking Juggalo. We share our experiences. Yeah, that's the thing too. And you said be unique yet again. But every single Juggalo has a unique experience on how they got into being a Juggalo. That's why they made videos talking about what got them into the fucking Juggalo subculture. And yes, I do feel, Nephilo, you are correct. This dude is fucking projecting like a motherfucker. Look where you paused at his face. Like that? Yeah.
Be yourself. Do something for yourself instead of dedicating your whole fucking self existence, etc., just to fucking praise clowns.
So basically his message is be unique, be yourself, exactly like how I do it. If that's not the most fucking contradicting conformist idea I've ever heard in my fucking life.
It's stupid.
I agree.
98, you got stories of necrophilia and rape. These kinds of stories that Juggalos did to people. Pretty fucked up shit.
I mean, some of us have dark humor and very fucking dark imaginations. So, of course, we're going to be talking about rape and necrophilia. Or raping necrophilia. Or necrophilia rape. Rapeophilia. I don't fucking know. I know, this guy is such a fucking sourpuss. And basically, I guess his message is, like, I want you to be fucking depressed, lonely, suicidal, and self-hating just like I am. That's why everything sucks. Because my life sucks and I want everything else to fucking suck. That's this dude's fucking message as a whole. What is he at, 98 reasons? Are we almost done?
Number 99. They smell, huh? Juggalos fucking stinks.
Son, are you serious? Like this? You didn't think about this until number 99? Like, dude. He had to wait until number 99 to think about the scent of a fucking Juggalo. Eau de toilette de Juggalo. Hey, Trailer Park, I think I just gave you an idea for a fucking fragrance. Eau de toilette de Juggalo. There you go. Get on it, fam. Just make sure it's not a fucking snake oil and make it smell very fucking profound.
Done. Number 100. I am better than every single Juggalo out there. Some of them have more money than me, like ICP, but I can probably rap better than them, and I am smarter than them, and I am better than all of you juggalos. Suck my fucking cock, whoop whoop dog. Fucking pieces of shit. Alright, until next time, peace.
Well, that was very fucking thought-provoking and informative, wasn't it? Number 100 was I am better than you. Yeah, except for the fact that you're not. You're obviously fucking projecting your own self-loathing onto the Juggalo community. But it's fine, because, well, yeah, I most likely do have more money than you, and I live in my mom's fucking basement. But at least I'm, look, I live in my mom's basement. Apparently, according to my haters, I have a fucking allowance. I turned down a fucking handy from an Asian masseuse. But at least I'm not wrestling Jesus. Yeah, his ex probably did leave him for a fucking juggalo. And that was very lengthy. I've been on for like 3.5 hours. Yeah, this dude's very net and deprived. I was gonna fucking do some reaction videos to some music videos. Should I do that? Because I got 2 lined up. But it's been like 3.5 hours. I think I shouldn't overstay my welcome. Maybe we should save the music videos for next week, shall we? Because this was a very long one. I did not think that this was going to last as long as it did. Thought I'd be able to breeze through all of this just like I did before. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the fucking music videos for next week. So just before I go, I want to remind everybody I'm going to fucking full screen myself here with the break. So I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody here. Yeah, that was one hell of a trip down memory lane. I like doing that. I like doing the fucking Wayback Machine. That is a very fun segment that I like to do. I had a lot more news than I thought I was going to be. It seems like the news is getting fucking bigger now. But shit dick. Yes, shit dick indeed. So I'm going to say this because, this is towards the end of the night, and I'm going to remind everybody. I want to give a couple shout outs before I leave because of the fan funding. Mr. Happy, welcome to the tier 1 of my fucking members only, which basically is literally nothing. And at least he acknowledges that, and that's cool. And Diesel in New Jersey with that 333, much love from Dak. I want to say much love to you too, homie. I appreciate you guys fucking helping me out and supporting me also in this fashion. I'm going to be trying to do some more stuff with members only. I'm thinking what I might possibly start doing is eventually I'd like to do once a week, maybe once a month, doing a live stream, either fucking hanging out or playing video games. So if you want to see that, just fucking hit me up. Let me know what's good. That might end up being a possibility. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here. This is the Crazy House. I am Crazy McKormik. I will see you guys next week with more news and some music videos. And with that being said, I'm out this bitch. Deuces. Oh, look, it's fucking Aerith. I forgot to turn her off. There we go. All right.